Welcome back, boys and girls. Yeah, here we are.
Calm down.
This is us, another episode. Hallelujah.
Sounds like Kanye.
Eli's been freestyling a bit.
Here we are. We're working some kinks out in this.
Yeah, I think we got it.
It's getting there. I've got to stop recording. Everything that's been recorded is on my phone. So I'm looking at a new Sony camera, which is going to be nice.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be a lot better.
We're back, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We are here to see you. I better be careful with exactly my arm placement. Yes.
Be careful.
Be careful with the emplacemento.
Yeah, dude, this is different. This is good. Mm-hmm. I'm digging it.
It's good.
I feel like a radio host here. I feel professional.
Doing back-to-backs.
I'd like to have a martini with an olive in it. Like, hey, welcome back.
This is Pontypool.
This is us.
Like, we're coming at you live from Hillsdale, Michigan,
Where nothing fucking happens.
at all.
Only thing
You just
can-
hit the mark. It was perfect.
And I shouldn't have said the F word there.
The mark for the...
We were at 31 minutes. Or no, we were way past that. We're a minute in. Yes.
That was like a old sub that blown out, Eli.
It's like,
That's what I am. I'm an old blown out sub.
He's been doing this for a while.
My goodness. I'm just out here wienering, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to,
dude, those
trying to get done with my wienering.
them rogues were slapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta not, because like after last time I had
put-
a hiccuping fit for about 25
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
good.
no, it'll put rigor mortis right in your solar plex. You ain't careful with a rogue, it'll rigor mortis you right in the solar plex.
There it is. Got a bunch of new little gizmos and gadgets.
Oh, yeah.
Gizmos and gadgets.
Gizmos and
Got some chili
gadgets.
peppers going.
Yeah, me and Sambo were rocking some chili peppers
What
earlier.
they got, you got to give it to your mama. Something about it doing something drama.
Well, because I got stuck on, because like after Sam was talking about it a little while ago, and then I got stuck on Can't Stop, and I just
Can't stop
I
believing.
still like no,
Can't stop.
That's Journey.
don't stop believing.
Oh.
It is, too.
If you guys can't tell already, I'm the one that's the least involved with music.
You like chili peppers, though.
I do like peppers.
Peppers are great.
Peppers are good. They're hot.
Do you guys see what they're rebooting?
No.
Hopefully they're booting my lifestyle.
Friday the 13th.
Really? For the 19th time?
Oh no, they probably
Friday the
should.
13th.
I knew Eli was going to be like, what?
Oh my
19.
God, they're rebooting it for the fucking 30th time.
Yep.
Let's
Whoa.
not reboot it no more.
What we should say is for the 13th time.
That's what I said. I said
Oh, did you?
13th.
I think you
yeah.
said 30.
I'll probably watch it.
No.
Yeah, why not?
Sucker.
I'm probably gonna pass on that.
Yeah, I probably won't watch
We
that
need
shit.
we need some good horror movies. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe they'll bring it back and it'll do good.
They could, but at the same time, the reality is they probably won't.
but they won't.
Let's have hope. Let's have
Yeah,
hope.
what was the 2013 one?
Because
You remember that
there
one?
is hope.
no, that one is
so
forgettable.
hold
Is it
on.
13? It might be even a little older than that, but
There is hope.
No, I
You
remember
ever seen
I
it?
watched that one when he went to space, and I was like, wow.
oh, Jason X.
Yes, Jason X. That was terrible.
Yeah, he goes to space. He's Cyborg Jason.
Dude, Cyborg
I'm as
fuck
thirsty as a camel.
off.
Yeah, I faintly remember Jason X, but I remember also being
Very forgettable.
god awful.
Yeah, it's probably the worst one.
Cyborg Nope.
There's the sleeper.
Cyborg
magazine.
won't watch it no more.
What did you guys think about Freddy versus Jason?
Cyborg, that
Or
movie.
Jason versus Freddy? Which one was it?
I'm glad Jason won.
I don't know.
Well, technically, Jason didn't win because Freddy winked. Freddy can't die. Neither one of them can die.
Right.
They can't, right?
Yeah, well,
They're unkillable.
I thought Jason won.
Well, Jason got the upper hand, but then, like, as he was carrying Freddy's head, Freddy, like, opened his eye and just winked.
like
He's
it's a dream all
it's a
along.
dream all
I
along.
think we can all agree that like horror, like slasher movie characters, their actual abilities and what they can survive makes literally goddamn no sense.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the fun of it, though.
It is, but it is one of those things where you're like, wait a minute, what? Like in this movie, he like gets shot with a bullet and it dies, and then like, but he like wakes back up. And then in this movie over here, a sun hits him, and he's just like, I'm fine. And you're just like, what? What is
Yeah.
happening? Because those
like-
slasher movies went to the nines.
Like Halloween, he dies in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you think he does.
Well, I mean, he can't die either now, right?
No.
Michael's
He's
unkillable.
definitely, that's why the new one
So-
sucked.
But I think the only one that can die is Leatherface, right? Or is he
No,
unkillable too?
Leatherface is a fucking normal person. Leatherface
he
can
is.
absolutely die.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But maybe I know there's been some more that I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe
It's-
I'm missing
it's
something here.
Definitely like Jason,
haven't watched all of
Michael,
them.
I haven't either.
Freddy, You can kill Freddy, but you don't ever know if it's in a dream or not.
You never know if it's real.
Right.
That was terrible.
I thought
There it
that
is. Yep.
I thought that was crazy. They're doing that.
Yep, there it is. Gotta get it. Gotta give it to ya. Dude,
I'll
we
just
have,
spit when
there has been a lot of chili peppers going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
A
true.
lot. A lot.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I've been spicing up my meat.
Yeah, like the meat you eat, right?
The meat that I eat, yeah.
Making it spicier.
Yeah, making it spicy.
Yeah, I love some spicy.
I've been
beans.
spicing my other meat too.
That's not good.
Yeah. Got me a little Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
So I've been spicing up my meat in both ways.
Uh-oh.
But no, I've been spicing up my cooking meat, my burger meat. Dude, wah.
I can't reach all the way over there. I ain't Mr. Fantastic.
No, but I've
gonna
been-
like noodle arm through there.
There it is.
But
A little late to the game, but we got it.
little late to the game. But I've been spicing up my hamburger meat.
Oh yeah,
With
what are you
what?
spicing it with?
I would say you would probably need to word that differently next time.
No, I
Like
He
the
likes
food,
the
like the
double
food
entendre.
that I'm eating.
no.
I've been spicing it up.
I like them to wonder.
Yeah.
I want them to figure out what I'm talking about. I want you to figure
Not
out
very hard.
what type of meat I'm talking about.
Hamburger. What are you putting in it? Like some Cajun pepper? What are you doing?
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos. I do.
I've
some
been-
jalapenos.
Wait. Jalapenos.
I've been doing
Wait. Fettuccine.
Yeah.
La cheese?
No, I don't fuck with the cheese.
You'd be throwing some upper deckies up in there too.
Dude, give me an upper decky action. Now you just said that.
What kind?
The winner. Oh, that's a
Ding-a-ling.
upper decky.
Bean, you want an upper deck?
No, I am good, bro.
Just joking. Bean be over there fighting hiccoughs for freaking 42 minutes.
Yeah, womp, womp, womp. Hey, so which one is it?
What, the want?
I don't even know which one it is.
I know exactly. It's this one right here.
Second.
The middle bottom one.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh shit, dude, which one is it, dog?
Oh, you were real. I just showed you. I'm like, I thought
He just pressed the
and you were
wall.
playing into it like you had it the whole time. That's why I was going with it. I'm like, he's
He's doing a bit. Yeah.
this one. Watch my finger. The bottom one in the middle.
I figured it out now.
Because I was going with it. I thought, that's what he was trying to do the whole time.
Nope.
Oh,
I was just making sure you guys
Not at
knew.
all.
and the guy's like, "Which one is it?" And he's like, and then you hit the same one twice. You went back to the one, like knowing it wasn't it. I'm like, how did he just like? Man, oh man. Now you got it. There it is. Yeah.
Now he knows.
Nice warm day. Like let's do the weather.
No.
Let's do the weather.
It's been nice out.
It's been very nice.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, I went jogging, and that was a reality check for how thick I am and how hard it is for a thick, fat dude to run.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine.
I was like,
Oh, dude, the last couple of times I've worked out with you, I felt like I was literally dying.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was rough. But it was rough for me too. Every time I work out, it's
Yeah,
fucking hard.
it is. Yeah, the working out is hard. It always is.
I was doing, when you kept showing up and I was having you spot me for, I would burn out on the 205. I did that today. I got like 12.
Nice.
No, dude. When you were spot me, I'd get like in the 20s of that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I bet you throw 110 up in there. I couldn't probably bench that.
Oh, dude, my ex-girlfriend's like 110. I'll throw that shit up. I'll throw that shit right to the devil because that's where she came from.
Eli, do you remember when he was going to try and keep up with Abe on his e-bike?
Jogging?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I already know I can't keep up with that.
going 30 miles an hour.
That was funny, though. He was like, I'm going to run with Abe.
Yeah.
Well, there's no chance I could keep up with him. I knew that.
Yeah. No, it was just funny.
It's not funny, Sam.
Hilarious.
Oh man.
Listen, motherfucker, you try to keep up with it.
Yeah. You try to run with that. I couldn't do it at all.
Remember I told you, Abe,
think
I was
he
like,
did,
well,
too. It was just funny that he said it.
Well, I told Abe, I was like, well, this was a hella reality check.
Yeah, that day you did.
Because, like, it wasn't even my internals, it was my outternals.
You're out internal.
You're out turnals.
Yeah. They started thickening up like a bowl of fucking oatmeal.
Dude.
What?
There it is.
Yeah, my outsides started tightening up. God forbid I got a little bit of a belly on me. He does.
Bean's got a jug of water over there.
Yeah, let's see that jug of water, dude. Jesus Christ.
It's not water. That is a jug of tea.
We got Bert in the house. Do you remember when Bert was like,
Kool-Aid.
was like talking about, like, what do you got in there? Water? He's like, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid.
Like red?
He's like, that's 64 ounces of Kool-Aid.
That was 64 ounces of freaking Arnold Palmer, Arizona tea.
Bino, hold up right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no. Before we started the pod,
Yeah.
I was setting everything up and I was talking to you and you had that next to you, like, you made me believe now I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you never said it.
Yeah.
But you made me believe you're like, yeah, I got this for I'm going to start drinking a lot of water.
I am.
Oh,
That
okay.
is the original, but that's what it was for the pod tonight.
What happened?
I had teas.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
So I was
But-
just like, and for the pod, it is a weird thing, but tea actually is for my voice. Generally speaking, it actually it clears things up in a weird way more than water does. So I don't know, it's just something about it. But
No, absolutely. That was just that was hilarious, dude. Because like seriously, before the pod, we were sitting over here talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I got this for drinking. I'm gonna start drinking a lot more water." I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude, water's good for you, And I thought the whole time that was water, and then I was like, "Let's see that jug of water." I
thought this shit was water,
Arnold
too.
Palmer.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
It's amazing.
I'm jealous. I should have got myself a freaking Arnie Palming.
they are delicious.
They need to sponsor you.
Yeah,
Yo.
I would be down for that. If Arnold Palmer, dude, the company, I don't know, if they want to freaking
Yeah.
sponsor me, I will get some.
I'll tell you that you drink those more than anybody I know.
I
Yeah.
freaking love them, dude. They're like my favorite drink as far as, you know, because I don't drink pop anymore. Like I don't drink that at all, but I drink the hell out of
You're
freaking
tea slut.
What kind?
Oh,
is
dude,
it like half and
100%.
half, or just
It's the
tea?
the half and half.
half and half?
Ooh,
Hey.
so you do the lemon in it?
I know you had it. My mama's.
Oh, dude, I
homemade
love.
tea.
Yeah, dude, she was like, yeah, I made something. I'm like, all right, right straight to the fridge, like every time, because anytime I hear Aunt Lisa's made a thing of tea, I am straight to the fridge.
Yeah.
I can't help. I'm like, because that's my actual favorite tea. Unfortunately, I can't have that like every single day, so I'm like,
Well, she ain't made it in a long time.
yeah.
She still makes it.
Yep.
Yeah, she still makes
Does
it.
she?
Yeah.
Every time I get a chance,
I
I'm just
can't
like,
drink tea like that anymore.
Dude, that fucking popped.
No.
That motherfucker was like,
Little bit of a story time. The reason why I had a bad experience with tea, did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah. So back when we all lived out in the Ypsi area, I was staying over at Joel's and Andy's,
yeah,
and I went. And I was like, "Yeah, I made some tea." So I went inside there and got a big, huge jug of tea, and I was like, "Oh heck yeah," and drank it, and freaking was delicious. And then literally like went in the bathroom like seconds later and just like flipped the lid up. I was like, I'm throwing up, and I was just like, just all
much tea
of the tea, a
Oh, you
giant
just said that, too.
cup, like one of those Tupperware cups, like those like plastic ones. I downed it. I mean, we were probably doing things we shouldn't the night before, but I was just like, it was like coming out through my nose.
oh, dude, that's the best.
I was like, wow, and I've drank like
You just
the,
shot a fucking eagle
Arnold
right at your
Palmer's
nose.
since then,
That's
but
it, it
just
was like,
not homemade.
Yeah.
tea in a while.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a long time. That was violent throw up.
Well, I will say I don't eat blue cheese on my salads anymore for that one
That-
reason.
why?
You remember that, Abe? Do you
Yeah,
remember
I
that?
remember that for sure, but I remember that like just blue cheese in general.
Yeah,
I
blue
love
cheese,
blue
It was like
cheese.
the undercarriage
do you
of a
remember
ball
that
sack.
time
Blue cheese sponsor
down
me.
in
I love
Kentucky?
you.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, I do.
You do.
Oh, yes, I love blue cheese.
Grandma straight up busted out some blue cheese that
That
was
expired.
by like 4 years.
Dude, I will
Like, you
eat.
guys won't get dysentery.
It was the chunkiest. Like,
You're like,
And you
it was
ate
just it was a sludge.
You ate it.
What, bro,
we all ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, we like just a bite though. We're like, what is this? Grandma turns around, looks at the date, and she's like, oh, this was expired like 4 years ago. I'm like, we're gonna die. That's not
yeah,
good.
You'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
It was terrible, wasn't it? Being
That mold had been on there for so long, I'm pretty sure it started to evolve. Like it was another form of life. It started like moving on the plate a little bit.
gelatinous.
Just
Type of blue cheese that'll get you if you don't get it.
exactly. You're like, you gotta kill it with fire, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Now that we've slowed down and everything got weird.
Weird.
Well, okay, so I have a funny story from earlier. So you know how we've talked about on the podcast with the NBA, the whole like kind of falling down thing, like when people are getting to
The NBA.
Yeah, you've talked about it a couple
From
of times.
downtown.
But like the thing where like people will get
Ugly
like, touched
shot.
and they'll fall over.
What is it?
That people will get barely like nudged and they'll like fall over on the
Yes.
ground. Like yeah.
Like somebody punched him.
Unfortunately, it is starting to affect kids sports because I watched this kid. I went to Brad's basketball practice earlier today, and I'm sitting there, and I watched this kid like lay down on the ground, and the coach comes walking over, and he's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "My muscles are sore." He goes. Because at first he said he fell over and he goes, "I'm injured," and the coach walks over. He's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "My muscles are sore." He goes, "That's not injured." Like it's just one of
wow.
those things. Where I'm like, what is happening? Like, you know, I'm like, and all these other kids, but I'm like, it's starting to affect.
You know what I would
that
do
level, dude.
exactly if I was a coach? This is more land.
Smack that kid in the back of the head.
Smack you in the back of the head.
No, but I'm just like, wow. Okay, it's even here. You know.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It's bleeding into everything.
We are raising a generation of people who are going to struggle.
Yeah.
You like that, Sam?
Yeah.
What you doing over there with your plaid hat?
Like that.
I do. It's actually pretty fancy.
When I shaved all my hair, I'm like, oh, I can wear all these hats now.
That was
Yeah,
pretty,
the hair was making it.
that was pretty.
You were
fly.
like, your hair was like Sam Sulik. Remember?
Sam
Yeah.
Sulik?
Sam
the bodybuilder.
Sulak, whatever his name is. Yeah, he cut his hair recently too, but he had a big mop on his head. And he'd wear a hat, and his hair would just like, poof,
Oh,
just
he cut
out.
it? He cut it recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, like,
he cut it off.
okay. I
Start
think I've
riding
seen
up
the
on your
guy
head
you're
like
talking
Yeah, people are saying he ain't gonna live very long.
Probably not.
No.
They say he'll be lucky if he can make it to like 30.
Ronnie Coleman. They said that about him too, though.
Sam Sulik, the
Yeah, okay.
bodybuilder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Have you seen him or not?
Like as much as impressive as he was, look at Ronnie Coleman's like mental or not mental but physical condition right now.
he can't really walk.
Yeah.
Right now, can he? He's like,
Got legs that big.
I guarantee you, he's got a hog on him. He can walk on that motherfucker.
I think he's in a wheelchair. I think he can walk, but it's harder for him now.
Yeah.
He's.
Coleman?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I don't think
he struggles to walk.
there's anything in this world worth that kind of like strain your body would take. Like,
What about millions, though?
no. Nope. I'm a weak person when it comes to that, and I am not afraid to admit it. I'm not pumping roids.
Dude.
I'm
That's the
not
thing.
doing combat sports.
Oh, did you
I
see-
have wanted to do, I have been tempted to do, and God help me if I don't do a shit ton of steroids in my life.
Don't.
Yeah,
Eli
don't.
just gets mega
Probably
jacked
be
in
a
his
horrible
30s.
idea.
All of a sudden, you come back and Eli's just like had his
He like
just purple and
he
red.
just goes all full transform like and he just like freaking just stacked on stacked.
Dude, I fucking might, dude. I might show up one day just completely stacked.
There's one day he's just
He's gonna smash everything. He's gonna come in and just start breaking stuff. Like, whoa, we're doing
a podcast.
Dude, I don't think it
bullshit.
works like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It juices you up.
I'm
man.
guessing like
Puts you on
if
a
you're gonna be
Dude,
yeah,
I'd be fine. I'll control it.
That roid rage.
well,
is
if
a
you're gonna
thing.
be roiding out, you're gonna
Yeah.
like you gotta get that out on something. So you're gonna be in there just like
I'll probably get an ex-wife or something to take care of. I'll probably take it out on my kids.
like,
Yeah, no, it is a weird thing because like at different times in life when you're like you're younger, especially, and you're like tempted, you're like, yeah, do I really want to go into X thing, you know? And you're like, I'm like, I've always been like, nah.
Well, you know, I
Not-
already dabbled in all of the cocaino and all of the acidiano and all of the marijuana and all of the put it on the tag. Your boy been there, but I never dabbled with the roids.
yeah,
yeah, it probably don't start like I mean we're in our 30s now. Like that's not like something you'd like. You know what? I want to pick this up.
Well, in your 30s,
start
in
doing
your
it.
30s, that's when they all start doing it.
yeah, because they get crazy because you can put on so much mass.
Yeah.
You know.
Pass.
Dude, I could be, we wouldn't even be able to, I'd be, I shouldn't do it.
No,
Oh, did you guys see Brian Shaw is training MMA now?
Brian Shaw.
I did.
Oh, cool. Let's watch them lose.
Well, he's not. He's not actually doing a fight right now.
Who's
He's just
Brian
training.
Shaw?
Strongman.
Strongest
Yeah,
man
he,
in the
he
world.
just lost a bunch
Oh,
of. He
that
just
big
lost
boy.
a bunch of weight. Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
just training at this point. But
And he's like what 40 something.
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Right on.
I don't even know if he's
Yeah.
fighting. I think he's just trying. He's
Is he
losing
that old?
weight and like getting. I think he wants to learn the skill.
He's had
you know?
plenty of the old,
Roids.
yes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So huge. I
Massive
would
boy.
have to imagine, right?
But that's,
that's
the
the
thing
thing,
about,
though.
yeah. go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I was gonna say that's the thing about roids. Like when you start doing that, I mean, it enlarges everything.
You're not going to be able to fight.
Like so, if
bro.
you have a mass anywhere that you don't know, that bugger's gonna
Give me that
mass
blue
up.
bag.
Your pecs are gonna get.
Yeah, but he is going about it kind of like he's wanting to learn it.
Yeah, it seems like he wants to learn.
That's the
skill.
common way to go. Though.
You know, which again, that would be a an interesting thing. Not to see him actually fight, because I don't think at this point it's far too late for him to learn it now. But as far as like actually compete, but
Well,
like,
just for like the sheer fact of like defending
Yeah.
or whatever, or just competing in small tournaments, sure.
yeah.
You're never too old.
Well, and to be fair, he's
guess.
still like
And how old is he?
I don't know.
think
I don't know if
in
he's
his-
40.
Yeah, I think he might be in his late 30s, but like
No,
the reality is he's still also like, even though he lost like 100 pounds, he's still like 340 pounds
Right.
or something.
not a lot
like
of
that.
people that would say I volunteer to fight him.
No, I wouldn't either.
I would fight him if they paid me a bunch of shitloads of money. I would
Yeah.
fucking fight anybody if
Yeah.
they paid me a bunch of money.
But it is one of those things where you're like, just on the off chance, because like if he does learn how to fight, like on the off chance that he does learn how to like strike properly or do something, if
He can't though.
no, he can't. But I can't imagine.
No.
Did you watch? Yeah, because that freaking boxing match between Eddie Hall
Oh,
and
Lord.
Hathor Bjornsson.
Oh,
was
good lord,
embarrassing.
that was a fucking shit show,
It was
dude. I seen that,
embarrassing.
dude. I've seen that shit on World Star 70 times.
Yeah. I'm
It's
just like,
so bad.
who? In comparison, it's like,
There's been a lot of like, not we do bring him up a lot, and it we probably sound like we hate on him, but there's been a lot of Jake Paul fights that are just like, nah.
yeah, I have no interest.
Jake Paul,
zero
probably,
good.
Jake Paul. I mean, honestly, as much as this hurts to say, Jake Paul would probably beat the shit out of Brian Shaw.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah, but he's not doing boxing.
Yeah,
Shaw's doing like
Street fight, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't give it to Paul.
If
You know
if
what?
That's
Shaw-
the, and, you know,
if
that's
Shaw-
the great
You know,
thing
it's a
about
good
these
point.
That's the great thing about these conversations because like
Because he's doing a lot of ground game.
No, I
I love like
agree. Honestly, like if it's a street fight, like I mean,
you just
fuck.
all you guys do is get a hold of him,
and just squeeze them and hold them. That's what they all fucking say.
or you could just slam him on the ground.
I don't think they can do that shit though.
he's lifted like again he's thrown around weight. Like if he actually if he actually learns what the hell he's doing,
Who?
Brian Shaw. Like if he actually learned any level, if he was
Any kind of grappling or anything like
at
that.
all.
Like if he
He's-
did,
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
you know what?
On the
You're
off
probably
chance-
right.
On the off chance, I'm just saying there is a chance, no matter what level it is, that if he gets a hold of him in the right way, he's crushing the life out of him.
Yeah.
There's
But if you like put it in like a cage match,
Yeah.
or if you did
more
like
point
if it was an
system.
actual
Even a cage
like-
match,
but if it-
a cage match, Brian Shaw versus Jake Paul. I mean,
I just I like watching circus fights.
stand like I said that shit. And
now you're
I
rethinking it.
didn't mean it.
But Eli, you should look it up because the training is legit. Like he's training from like legit
What,
dudes.
dude? You're so funny.
Taking
about
it pretty seriously.
You're like,
too.
I didn't mean it.
I'm curious.
We're starting craft.
You know,
or
we're here
other
like me and
people.
Pino are like pleading our case.
Yeah.
We're like, no, and Eli's like, and that just like bell went off, and you're like, what am I doing?
Jake Paul, but hey man, won't beat your ass up. And then like Brian Shaw, but you come with the more land.
Coming to more land.
You come with the more land. I'll show you, dude. Shaw's got himself a fucking dime piece too.
Oh, does he?
Oh yeah, she's just getting just blown to
Split in
pieces.
half.
Oh my god. There it is, boys and girls. There it is.
Absolutely.
I would have to imagine the dude's like 6'8" or some crap like that, or 7'2" or something.
Yeah, and his little dime piece is like this little tiny blonde chick. I'm like, what do you do, bro? You fucking almost kill her every night?
You remember? Did you see the video where they were on the plane? That's horrible.
Did he have to sit like?
You probably had to have two, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they do that though. The way he was like wedged in there.
Ooh, Shawberries?
Yeah,
He's so
Like,
big.
I wouldn't fly now, let alone if I was that big.
It was for.
But here's the thing: you guys are not that much
I
smaller
gotta be,
than
I gotta
that
be quicker
guy.
with it. Like, yeah, we're just like straight up beatboxing.
Apparently, this has definitely made us. It
That's the same-
unlocked our goof on.
That's the same sound when I'm about to shit my pants.
There
like-
it is. Let's
I'm like-
just roll right into it, boys.
I'm like sitting there.
segment.
I know I'm at work and I'm like, oop! Oh!
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's the sound when I gotta shit my pants. I go, oh. Then I go, oh.
Yeah. And then you go to the bathroom and annihilate it. I will say, like, lately for me, my turds have been on point. Well,
Okay.
which one was you going for there?
Well,
The da-dum-tsh.
I'll stop touching stuff because I actually touched something else. And I'll stop touching stuff.
I'll quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I have another story too to tell.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen in the little chat.
The Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Discord. That's what we're going to start saying in the chat is like, you guys want to be a part of this, join our Discord. Come on.
Absolutely.
But no, yeah. So it was with our sister Mibs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So back in the day, living in Ipsy, remember we built that big fort out in the back of the woods?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nails everywhere.
Yeah, not the one in the yard, the one in the woods.
Oh yeah.
Like to where we like made like walls out of sticks and stuff.
Still nails everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, needles probably too. But no, we were back there and what's that?
Towards the end, there was needles
Yeah, yeah.
out of there.
But anyways, no, like Elizabeth being the little sister that she is, she was like wanting me to take her back there to show her. I'm like, sure, I think that's what it was. It's been so long ago, but so I take her back there and I'm still like kind of like working, trying to get it like built up because like we're gonna have like our cousins and homies stay and crash and stuff like that. So we're like, oh yeah, dude, we're gonna go back here and play the ward game and just beat the shit out of each other with sticks.
Because that's what we used to
That's what we used to do. And I'm back. I'm like, yeah, you can come with me, whatever. So she comes with me, and I'm like nailing stuff up, and this board fell and dotted her in the head. And I was like, oh, because back then you can go back to our old home videos that we recorded with a VHS camera, and there's been like Eli, me, and Sam. You can see like when Elizabeth would start crying. Like we would freak out because Dad was gonna beat.
Dad would crack our fucking heads open.
Living hell out of you. Oh yeah.
Dad would beat the shit.
As an
out of
older brother,
Yeah.
I fully understand that.
yes.
Because you're like,
You're like, well, I'll do anything.
You're like, oh God, because like you're just like I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me.
Oh,
Because like
it's coming.
I mean, you're getting your spanking, dude. Like it's so
coming.
bad. And
It's
you're just
coming.
like,
I'm
I
gonna-
will do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything, literally. Like I will let you punch me directly in my nose
Absolutely.
and blow it just a freaking like Alex
And
Jones.
she did that to me a couple times for no reason.
But so the board hit her in the head, and I'm like, oh shit, oh god, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like digging through her hair. I'm like, oh, you're good. And I'm like, and I look and I see like this little blood on top. I was like, oh Jesus! I grab her up, pick her up, and I'm like running through the woods. And I stop and I set her down. I'm like, okay, let's look. And I'm like, oh no, you're good, Mibs. And I'm like, let's look again. I'm like, oh Jesus! And I pick her up and I'm like running, dude. And like that happened probably like 30 times. And we got her back, and Mom's like, no, it's all good. It was just like it was a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
I thought like I blew her skull open. I was like, ah, Jesus! Freaking out, dude.
That was the thing about Mibs too, is like anytime she cracked me with a fucking right cross or a left hook, it like wobbled to me.
Yeah.
It like almost concussed me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I can remember.
She hits hard as fuck.
even as a little one of my favorite stories about Mibs is like when I think we were at the trailer park, your guys' old trailer park house, and me and you were in there playing like the Super Nintendo or something like that. And you remember back when old Hot Wheels tracks used to be made out of metal? They were like
yeah.
thin sheet
Yeah,
metal.
you had that little.
Yeah, so Mibs got a hold of, because and to be fair, we probably did something to her. So
Yeah.
I would imagine we fully deserved it.
Maybe not though.
Maybe not, because there was times when
she's
we
an
were just
evil
like
little
out of nowhere.
person.
But like she grabbed some of those Hot Wheels tracks, dude, and started beating the living hell out of us from behind, like the back of our heads and necks and everything. And I'm just like, oh dear God! And she was like 4 or 5.
Oh,
like,
Bro,
Just
I
beat
swear
the
to God,
living hell out of us.
I swear to God. Oh wait, no.
Elizabeth was if you look at the whole old home video, she was a 4-year-old that her hair was just frizzed.
It was like a
Like she just was like chaos, and she had pink or red lipstick all the way around. And
she
you
was
would
Britney
look at-
Spears, dog.
Dude, you would look at her.
Britney Spears.
You would like make eye contact with her when she'd be watching like Blue's Clues or something. You'd be like, and she'd look at you, and you'd be like. I didn't look. Nothing happened. You remember, dude? We'd have her like we would lay down in the living room and have her just like run across our freaking stomachs.
yeah.
We'd be like lay down and Liz was just like, and we're just like, and she would just thought it was funny.
Dude, I remember her like sneaking under the table with a stick full of butter, bro. Like she just like grabbed it from off the table. We were like, your mom was getting dinner ready, and she just like snatched it off the table and hid underneath there with like the little.
No,
sheet
that
like
was
this.
me.
Yeah, you did it and Mibs did it.
Yeah, Bib did it too.
Yeah, yeah, and you ate ornaments off the tree, glass ornaments. You remember that? Eli bite, and mom was
they
like,
would try-
Eli.
We would
be
like
on just glass. Everywhere.
tell
I'm
them
like,
no.
Oh my god!
And then you would hear behind the Christmas tree, would be like watching whatever, and you hear
And Eli just biting glass ornaments.
biting glass light
You're like,
bulbs.
what are you doing?
I remember Mibs got me to a point of literal just mental meltdown. And like mom and dad weren't there, or dad wasn't coming home from work yet or whatever. And dad's like coming home from work, and like literally, I mean, I had a fucking butcher knife in my hand and I started chasing her out from the front porch.
Oh man.
Yeah. Swear to God.
yeah, no.
As dad comes home, I'm running with a big old knife in my hand chasing her.
My sister's done
And dad shows up and beats,
the piss out of you.
dude, beat me into a 30-year-old.
Beat me to a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, dude. Because
And it was crazy because he would come home and he would whip you, and he was calm and collected.
Dude,
my
emotionalist.
dad always called him the Terminator because like he would just and I would watch him because like sometimes you guys would get in trouble while I was there and I like
I know.
and I'd be sitting there and I'd be like because he would be like okay as long as I hadn't done anything wrong
Right.
like he'd be like okay I'm gonna walk into your room and he'd be like and I'd just be sitting there and he'd be like all right Abe come over here and he'd be like I'm gonna whip you and I'm be like okay and he just no emotion whatsoever just whop whop whop.
dude, I've been
whop,
asleep.
whop.
I've been dead asleep.
Dead asleep.
Dead asleep. Dead
Yeah,
asleep.
because-
and then just started getting the fuck beat out of
Because you
me.
tried
Dude,
that trick from back
like,
in the day where
you
you're
would
like,
be-
if I go to sleep, he
Right.
can't spank me.
Never
Right.
worked.
No, not at
Never
all.
worked.
I'd be like passed out, and I'm like in a dream, and all of a sudden,
The
like this
stinging
thing
pain
hit
up
me.
your legs.
Like I was having a dream, and like just this thing started blasting me. I'm like, well, that actually really, that's not in the dream. I'm like, ow. And I like come up out of a dead sleep. I'm like, what the heck? And Dad's just like, wow. Why? I'm like, what did I do?
How about you did
He's like,
something?
oh, I did. There was this little sewer exit on the outside of the Ipsy house, and I hit it with like a stick, and I cracked it. And Dad was like, "You know what you did?" And I'm like, "I have no clue." He's like, brought me outside and showed me, and I'm like, "I did not do that."
Here, let's talk about something though that Dad, we're talking to you, Pops. Let's talk about something Dad didn't understand is that Dad is wide and thick and very strong.
Yeah.
Very.
And he never knew that. So when he would come and beat the shit out of us, he didn't understand. He didn't understand.
We love you, Pops.
Yeah.
And I thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you for the whooping.
Dad's type of guy,
we
like you
deserved
said,
him.
do weird shit with his hand and stuff. Here. You know, type shit. Dad's a fucking thick, wide, strong man. So it's
Yeah.
like he'll come. You know, he's thinking he's just doing something, but I'm like, dude, I can tell you're taking the day out on me, dog. Like
Yeah.
you had a tough day, bro. I get it, but like that belt wraps around. It's like it'll wrap around my. I'm like, damn, motherfucker. Dude, one time, I'll tell you a story. Dad, I never even told Dad about this. I got my, now I don't think I ever got punished for this one because I don't think he knew what the hell happened. He was talking up there with Scotty, You know, you guys know Scotty.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
What's you up down here? You know,
Oh, dog.
dog.
Hot dog.
Dog. But they had a fan that was blown in through the window.
Yeah.
You like this one, don't you, Sam?
Uh-huh.
They had a fan that was blown in through the window and it was blown right on them, and they were watching football and shit, chilling. And I ran up to the fan. It's like they got a fan in the window that's like blown right on them. And I walked up with a cup of water and I just bloosh right in that fan.
And it just sprayed him.
Yeah,
He's like, dog.
I heard him. Dad was like, Dad was like, oh.
I can totally see it.
And that was at Robin's house, right? Yeah.
No, that was no,
Hickams? Oh.
no, that was out at the Ipsy house.
okay.
Oh.
church.
Because it was the one right next to the fireplace, right? The window right next to the fireplace.
Yeah,
That one.
It was you with me.
I think I
It
was there with
me.
you.
That was you, wasn't it, dog? I knew that somebody, there was a culprit with me because there was a
'Cause I'm
couple.
like, as you're explaining, I'm like, I think I remember
Dude,
this.
you was fucking there with me. I'm pretty, because there was a couple dudes with me.
Yeah.
I could have swore it was you and fucking probably Andy.
Probably.
And I fucking,
if
I just-
Scotty was there, Andy probably was.
Yeah,
too.
and I went in there and like legitimately, and I was like, I'm gonna go fill up this cup of water. Like I planned.
Yeah, because I want to know, like, what was your thought process? Like, did you have this, like, when you were filling up, like, I'm going to do this to them?
Oh yeah, no, I knew that what I
What
like.
did you
I,
think was going to happen?
I seen how Dad was sitting. Like I was like, if I throw this water in the fan, it's gonna fly through at all of them.
Yeah.
And it did.
And
it worked.
Yeah, Dad, if you're watching this, tell me you don't remember that.
Put it in the comments, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, I know Dad remembers that shit.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
threw the fucking water right into the fan, and I heard Dad go, "Oh!"
That's exactly what Dad would do.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
And you didn't get caught for that one, did you?
Oh hell no! I booked out all the way to the fucking school that was down the road. I left.
Yeah.
And you
I
probably,
left town, dude.
you probably hung out there all day long, too.
I didn't come home till it was dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left town.
To us, going to the school was leaving town.
Yeah, exactly. Remember the porta potty situation with Chris?
Oh, dude. Yes.
What happened there, dude?
Oh, man, dude.
Is that when you guys come running back to the house with the cops right behind you?
Yeah.
Nope, that wasn't the cop.
No, that wasn't the cop situation. That was when
School was going on.
we can't exactly tell that story with the cop situation that came down when they was looking at us as cops. Well, we didn't break nothing though, did we?
No, Chris Nichols
of
was.
limitations.
Don't say his
Oh,
full
dude,
name.
it's all right.
But
But they're not gonna find that dude.
What's the statute of limitations on that?
I find them on dating sites because yeah, I'll say,
Elaborate on that a little bit better, though. Like,
exactly. Yeah, no, fair point. Oh, listen.
you've seen his profile.
No, but it's not even dating sites. It's like these sites, like like this site. It's called Scout.
Okay.
So it's like you go on there, and that's like anybody nearby. Like you can go click into their live feed,
Oh,
and like I'll click into like I clicked into Chris's, and like he's just talking about like just some depression shit, and I see that he notices that like I popped in, and he's like. He gets all like quiet and like looks at like what's going on. I was like, "What's up, Chris?"
was you like FaceTiming him too?
No, he couldn't see me.
Oh, I can see it.
I was just listening to what he was doing. Exactly. I sent the peacock emoji to him.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But no, like, yeah, we were at the school and they were doing construction. The school was under construction, and
Yeah.
they had the area where we'd go play basketball was fenced off, and inside there for the workers there was a porta potty, and we told them, "Hey, dude, I think we might have already told this story, but I don't know."
Yeah.
We told a couple about Chris, but
Tell it again.
we were like, "Hey, dude, go." We dared him to like go under the fence and tip the porta potty over. Chris is like, "You dare him to do anything," and he would literally do anything. So like,
Yeah,
we
like-
held the fence up for him, and he just went up under and just like tipped it, and
Yeah.
then like we see the doors open and teachers come out, and me and Eli hightail it out of there and just left him. And then we got back and we got a conscience.
Yeah,
And
we
we're
got
like,
conscience. We go to get back, and they're like fucking literally bitching at him in the background. We're like, well, no one's physically like holding them back.
Stopping him.
So
They
like,
went in. They went in.
They went in. And we hold up the fence, and we get his like really, really, really thick body
out.
out.
And we go running back, and he was so mad that we left him. But I'm not like, bro, like you're going down for that. We're not taking that for you.
Although we talked him into it.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I was that kid also that would do mostly anything except for gross stuff. Like I would
Yeah.
do like, if you're like, yeah, go walk out on this cracking ice, or go climb, leap into this water from wherever with a rock on your back, like whatever it is.
You
But-
remember that ditch that
Not
led
gross.
all the way to our house?
Oh yeah.
You fucking fell in that.
Yeah, because I had your dad's hammer. Because me and Abe,
we lost our dad's hammer.
because it was a brand new one he had gotten for Father's
Yeah.
Day, and Abe had grabbed it, and he was like, "Hey!" And so and I was carrying it at one point, and I don't know why, but we were like walking along, literally walking on this creek, and whacking the ice as we walked, until as a terrible idea as that is. I hit it one time and I dropped and fell chest deep in the water. And I'm like, uh-oh. And, the thing fell out of my hand, and I'm trying to pull myself up out of the ice, and, half frozen and,
And let's
whatever.
be real, because that river
was disgusting.
was black.
Well, you want to know why?
Because it was right
Run off from the freaking dump.
The dump.
We used to play in the freaking
I'm surprised
dump
we don't
river.
have like 3 eyeballs and
Like them frogs we used to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
There was a few-
crayfish.
there was a few frogs that I caught out of there that was like 3-eyed frogs.
Like some Simpson shit.
Oh yeah.
I caught,
Then we caught a snap.
our childhood was awesome.
We were a bunch of.
dude, I remember I always, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I remember I always fall in the ditch, ride my bike, and I'd come out with leeches. Mom would put me in a shower and be like
Put
I would
salt
get
on
naked.
them.
Mom would have to come in there while I'm in the shower and pick leeches off of my body.
Yeah, dude.
I never fell in.
Nope, I never fell in
I fell in it all the time, riding my damn
I
bike, because
caught, like-
I started trying to ride the shit two wheels when I was honestly 2-3 years old,
You did.
Yeah.
and I'll ride that fucking bike.
We taught him how to ride a mountain bike
Yeah,
at that age.
at that,
Because
I was
you
like
could-
2 or 3 years old.
We're gonna have Pops on the pod eventually.
Yeah.
And he can tell you like that whole story about because me and Sam were just like, Dad, man, he's always wanting to go. It's like we gotta truck him along. Dad's like, teach him how to ride a bike, boy.
Yeah,
So we
they
taught 'em.
They put. I didn't know how to ride the fucking thing. Yeah, but I'd get on a
You
two.
learned though.
I did.
You did.
Yeah, and then I would get on a 2-wheel bike, but I'd also crash into the ditch all the time.
All
that
the
was
time.
full of leeches. A ditch in a trailer park that was definitely full of piss and vinegar.
Piss and vinegar.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But no, yeah, that was crazy.
Did you just fart?
I tell people stories sometimes about the way
I
we
did.
grew up, and I'm like, yeah, we were kind of savage Tarzan children. Like it was one of those things where we just did
100%.
stuff. Like when I tell people, I was like, yeah, the first time I ever killed a copperhead snake, I was 6 years old. and
Remember
I'm
all
like,
the fights that used to happen between
all the
everybody?
time.
There was
all
constantly
except for,
fighting.
No, I never fought Sam because he was so much older that I. there
Oh
was
yeah,
no,
Sam beat all our asses.
I know. I don't think he ever beat me up because I don't.
No.
No, he beat me the fuck up.
You were his little brother though.
Chad and stuff out there.
Oh yeah.
The what were the Johnny and them?
The one guy that would
Sam
always
was
poop
the-
his pants.
Sam was the guy that we would go to when we would get our ass beat too much. We'd get beat up too much.
Yeah.
We'd go to Sam.
We'd go to Sam.
Sam, honestly,
We'd come
did-
in flogged up, and we'd be like crying.
Because he was
Sam.
6'4" at 14.
Yeah, no, Sam's. That's one thing I'll say about Sam being an older brother. He straight up did beat a couple dudes' asses.
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
yeah. There's a couple dudes that would try to fuck with me, and I'm not going to name names, because they might see this. But Sam straight up flogged a couple dudes for us.
Yep.
I could say it.
Yep. He did.
Oh, he did.
The trailer park was full of that stuff.
Me and Bino and Joel got beat up by one kid.
Got the crap kicked out of us.
We got the shit beat out of us.
Yeah.
It was a couple years older, and we just he took us down one at a time, just started beating the living hell out of us.
We all walked out there
To be fair, he was like probably like 9 and we were like 5 or 6. Like I would
He
imagine.
was just bullying.
Well, I mean, we started it.
We
like to
definitely
see
did.
his bitch ass nowadays.
No, we definitely deserved it. That's
Yeah,
for
we started some shit.
But that's the thing, like back, in the '90s, you got your lick.
Yeah, you got your ass
take your
kicked.
lumps.
Definitely.
and that was okay.
Yeah, no, dude, I've been beat. I've had my ass kicked hard, dude. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I've been
yeah.
beat the shit out of by you.
Yeah. Well, and yeah. I remember when you started like doing jujitsu for the first time, and we were over in Robbins, and you got me. You paid me back
I
hard.
paid Sam back too.
And he put me up in a headlock, and he was like, "Okay, Abe, what would you do like if you're gonna come try to take me down?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and I like ran up to like go take his legs out. He throws my head up in a headlock, and he just like squeezes and lifts up, and my whole neck went. I was like. "Ugh." And like we were hanging out just chilling, and I went inside and I was just like this. I'm like, oh
Same.
my god. And dude, it sucked. That hurt for I'm not lying, that lasted for probably close to a year.
Sam,
I was like, I think he did spinal damage.
dude, welcome to my world, bro.
Well, yeah.
Sam, remember when I leg locked you?
Yep. it's still a little messed up. Because like he did like Hernand. What's that one fighter that held it too long? Because he was like, I'm gonna get him, and he got me. He freaking twisted my knee. I was like, that's this knee,
Your good one?
Yeah, you
It's not good.
motherfuckers beat the shit out of me all the
I didn't.
time.
I will. Okay, like I will.
We used to mess around.
I'll agree with that.
don't
Like
think
I
it
did.
was.
You were, but me and you were
You
closer
two
in age.
We're different.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I did pick on you and beat you up and do things like that. But you started getting like when you hit like 13, you were a big dude, big
Yeah.
boy.
Eli, when
and
we
you
was
started
younger-
putting a womp, and I was like, okay, me and Eli can't do this no more because he is gonna hurt.
I just couldn't have you around because I was
And you
doing
did.
things I shouldn't. I'm like, smoking cigarettes and stuff.
I know, but I would get pissed at you guys for not getting me like drunk and stuff like that. It's true.
right. But that,
I was trying to fight you
that's
guys
that's
12.
That's yeah.
At
You're
13
young,
years old.
Yeah.
at 13. Yeah,
right?
I was a whomping ass motherfucker at that age.
You were, but you hurt people.
Although to be
Oh, I know. I went to jail for it a couple damn times. I went to jail. They were like, "What the hell is?" We thought there was a. I'm not gonna, name the exact scenarios, but I showed up to a couple of schools that you went to.
you beat up the same kid.
Yeah, we did. No, but I was, I was. It's no hate on you guys. You guys taught me how to fight. I mean, I'm a younger brother.
Yeah, well,
You guys taught me not how to get beat up. That's all it was.
I didn't pick on you.
Well, you
But,
didn't
like,
pick on me. You
I'll be
guys
like,
didn't, I'll tell you this.
Eli, you
guys
gotta
did-
go.
You didn't.
Like, you can't be around me. Right
You guys didn't pick on me.
and you hated that.
You guys didn't pick on me, but you guys taught me how not to be picked on, and
Right.
you guys defended me. Like if anybody was older that tried to fuck with
Yes.
me,
Yeah.
you guys always had my back. And same, you fought a motherfucker for all of us, me, Bino, and Bino, and Abe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name his name.
Well, I'll say this too. Like, it was like a weird, like a rite of passage because like we got picked on. I got picked on by my older cousins,
Yeah.
like
Straight up.
wedgies and swirlies, and just put on the boxing gloves and let me.
I never
beat the
seen
hell out of
Sam get picked on by
No,
nobody.
I was.
Because he was too big.
And the age I am with the cousins, I was like right there with them. Like I was younger.
and they were just scared.
they were cool with me.
Not even just cool with you. They knew that you could slug it out.
Even if you were younger, you were so big, Sam. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Even at
But I was
again,
older than them.
Sam's the biggest one here. Sam's
at
bigger than all of
14,
us.
Sam was like 6'2".
Yeah, Sam was 14 years old.
He was
with
my
a
size at
full
6'2".
man's beard,
Yeah.
and he just
Well, and I see you Molly. I seen you Molly stomp the dudes that were trying to fuck with all of us. Like you did. You defended us multiple times
I did.
on that shit. Like I seen you beat the shit out of all the dudes that were older than us that were trying to come at us in a wrong type way. Like if it's just fun and games, okay. But it's like when it came down to like they were actually trying to be bullies and use their size against
Well,
us.
yeah, dude.
Sam would show up and everyone would pipe the fuck down.
The toughest fight I had in that trailer park. You guys remember Chad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Him.
Yeah, he's a black kid.
And I
he was tough.
yeah, oh yeah.
He beat me up,
we like
duked it out.
beat each other pretty badly.
Yeah. He was a thick boy too.
Yeah.
He could
Yep.
definitely scrap. And
Yep.
everybody he would spit on people.
Always. He'd always like he'd
He'd be
like,
riding
like-
his bike like
No, he wouldn't go. He'd go. That sucker would shoot 20 feet.
And
And it would land like I'd be like riding my bike and I'd just hear out the corner. I just hear as I'm riding bike. I was like, I'm like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
didn't even know where he was at.
and
Just
I
over here
fought
just-
him over it, and we've like went to town.
and just dotting people, dude, all day long.
But that's the thing. He was
He-
the toughest fight in that trailer.
yeah, and you guys became like really good friends afterwards.
we
After
were.
they beat the crap out of each other, they became like
We
great
went to his
friends.
house.
Yeah.
We went to his house.
Yeah.
Just had to
See, but
slug
that's
it
the
out.
thing.
Playing like
That's
Nintendo.
a lot of times that sort of stuff will end up happening.
That one kid, dude, that we fought, I became friends with him.
Yeah, I remember
the kid
that.
that beat
Yeah,
the living hell out
yeah.
of us. Like I became
Because back
good
in the
friends
day,
with him.
that used to happen where you get in a fight with somebody, and then
Like, I actually like this
There was
guy.
actually would be a mutual respect that would end up happening because you're like, all right, well, if you didn't act like a little bitch about it, you know,
Right.
like
Right.
you'd all right, well, I took my lumps, and moving on with the day. But
That was Johnny, Timmy, and Joe. And I was messing
No,
with
Joe used
I
to
was-
shit his pants.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
he
Timmy
pooped.
did.
Timmy pooped
Oh,
his
Timmy
pants.
did. He shit his pants all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time. But the other kid that was Sam's age,
Joe.
I was messing with Johnny, the little brother, and I was beating him up, and then his older brother didn't like it, so then he like came out there and like beat the crap out of me, and then Sam was like just coming out of the house, like on the trailer park, like on the sidewalk, and seen that, came down there and freaking just
yeah.
beat the hell out of that kid. Like,
remember,
bounced his
um,
head off of a
slamming his
freaking
You remember my little best friend?
And I was like, I'm gonna kill him.
yeah, Cameron, dude.
Yeah, and there's a
They had
little
that guinea pig.
yeah that guinea pig. Yep.
That guinea pig was cool. I
He had
hated
his,
them for
he,
that.
he had his little sister Lily,
Yeah.
and dude, fucking Lily was like, I was like, dude, anybody fucks with Lily, I will fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Lily was awesome. She like it wasn't any like type of attraction or
kid
anything
stuff.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but like because she was like so young, like she was like minding me and my little sister Elizabeth.
Yeah, just a
but
sweet
like with
little-
Elizabeth, but she was like Elizabeth. I'm like, you fuck with Elizabeth, she'll stab you in the fucking face.
You didn't have to worry about Elizabeth.
No, you didn't have to worry about Elizabeth. Anytime, I honestly have never had to worry about Elizabeth.
Yeah.
There was one time.
No, we had to worry about Elizabeth beating the hell out of us.
There was exactly.
Yeah.
There was only one time that I had to worry about Elizabeth, and I'll leave that off the pod. But that's any time, and I dealt with that shit,
Yeah.
and I got Dad involved in that shit. Like that time that I had to deal with that shit, I was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, you's out."
You was dumb.
Boy, homeboy was about to shit his pants.
well, yeah, I could at that period of time. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I was this close to like
Oh, yeah.
swinging as hard as I. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you're this close to dying.
Yeah.
like it's about to like that ended that friendship with that. I didn't even have a friendship with the homeboy anyways, but it was like, but
Yeah.
but like that's how I looked at it when I was chilling with Cameron.
Yeah, yeah.
You found Cameron on Facebook like 7 years ago.
I
didn't
did.
you?
I
You
did.
He does
Yeah.
hate
I do
Facebook
that.
stalks
I
people.
no,
do
not-
that
I-
shit.
People call it Facebook stalking. No, dude, I am like CIA in that.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jordan?
Like an undercover agent.
Remember Jordan?
Oh yeah, from freaking Romulus, dude.
Kyle?
Yep, Kyle. Kyle was cool. I like Kyle a lot.
Gotta take me.
Abe is straight up part of the FBI, the Facebook Bureau of Investigations.
But yeah, dude. Kyle was cool. Do you have to use? Do you have to go?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, Kyle was cool.
Have you
Jordan
moved
was
to Texas?
cool. But no, that Cameron kid was. Dude, they had his little sister had this guinea pig, and back then, like, Dad would just like. Dad would just like if the dogs, like, we would get dogs, and if they like messed in the house, like, we'd wake up one day and like the dogs were just gone.
Yeah. We went through so many dogs.
Yeah, we did. We went through so many dogs, and it was just like, dude, where's freaking
Where's
like
old
Buster.
Fido?
Where's
Yeah.
Buster at?
Where's Buster? Where did he go? And Dad's
on the
like,
side of the road
Dad's
somewhere,
like, I don't know, son. He's like, did you guys look around? And we're on a hunt, like, looking for this dog
I'm
that
not-
we like loved.
I'm not gonna lie. I had to do that at one point, with one animal with my kids because I was we had this bunny right? That like that we had found it showed up one day like in our yard, and we're like, okay, so and my wife just loves bunnies, the kids loved them, so we're like, all right, I live out in the country. I'm like, I made a little pen for them, everything like that, and it was all well and good, but one day he broke into the backyard when Rex was there, and it was apparently my wife was sitting there, and she come out there and she starts screaming because she saw what was going on, and I'm like, because it was one of those things where he was fine with things like that, but like
if you went into his domain,
he wasn't. He just thought it was a regular rabbit because he's gone after like normal field rabbits before, and I'm like, yeah, unfortunately he just got out of his pen, and I'm like,
so the kids, we
so
dropped him off at a farm.
Well, no, not even that. They're like, what happened to him? Like he got out, and I just didn't ever see him again. So like I buried him, like I just buried him off to the side, and in a place where they'll never look. And I'm like,
yeah. Well, like that's the thing with like kids, like at that age, you definitely, you're not at the age yet to talk about death.
Yeah, I mean, and again, they've had different animal pets,
Sure.
Die and stuff like that. But it's like at the same time, I'm like,
I don't want to tell them that gruesome story.
Yeah,
not yet.
Because it was one of those things where I'm like, I have two options here. I either have to put down this dog, and they lose two pets
Right.
at one time.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's the crazy thing about children. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and me being the uncle, I'm like, hey, you guys want to watch like Nightmare on Elm Street? No, not that bad.
Yeah.
Like how old? When are they old enough to watch Terminator? 5. Well, I watched Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 7.
Yeah, I watched. I think I don't know which Friday the 13th
7 or
one it was. What you remember that story, Abe?
Yeah. That was
It messed me up.
So me and Abe, I was thinking maybe what do you think, Sam? Like 5 or 6? Like you and Uncle Josh were.
Oh,
watching,
yeah.
it was like maybe because the one where
I was like 13.
Yeah, it was
So-
the one where Freddy punches a hole
It was
through
like
a
10?
dude's chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we're sitting there, me and Abe come walking in. We're just playing, doing stuff. What is he doing? Oh, he's wafting farts.
Oh, don't do that, dude.
So, anyways, we come walking in, and I look over my little 5-year-old brain, and it's one of the Friday 13th movie. Jason punches a hole through this dude's chest, and I just straight vomited. Like it was just like my little brain went on overload, and was just like, and I was like. Right out of my hole, and then me and Abe just went into another room and was just like, all right, let's play this game for a while because I gotta get this off my mind.
That's why I asked, because like Terminator, how 8,
I don't know.
10.
I don't know. I've tried talking to Dom about
If you're there to guide him, because there's only
watching
one.
something.
I'd say
like
about
that.
12.
Yeah.
Like
12.
for me, I would say about 12 for a rated R movie.
I watched.
I was watching that shit
For
at
certain
5.
ones.
Yeah,
I was.
right.
Yeah, but
That's me too. But it did probably. I know. Nightmare on Elm Street damaged my brain.
Yeah, like with Dom, I asked him because he turned 10 and he was wanting to watch a scary movie. So I'm like, okay. So I talked about let's ease into that,
Yes.
So I was like, I brought up Terminator. And I played him an old trailer, and he's like, no, I don't want to watch that, Dad. I'm like, all right, right on. That's your choice, so we don't have to. And then we decided to watch the Harry Potter movies. And we got to the 4th one.
yeah,
And that was the one where they're going through the maze.
the Goblet of Fire.
I think so. It was the one to where Voldemort finally got a body.
Voldemort.
And
He got himself a body.
yeah, and then the guy that played off of Twilight, Edward, he was in it. He died.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Cedric Diggory, I believe. Was
Yeah.
the character's name.
yeah, that's it. And it was just they were teens.
Yeah,
In it, so it was a little bit darker, dude. It my kids had to watch a cartoon after that. They were that was scary. So I'm yeah, I don't know,
But, yeah.
especially my daughter.
I'm not gonna lie. I started watching that Avatar: The Last Airbender thing, like that show,
cartoon?
The live action like version of it just came out. Hit Netflix. I think it was
The new-
last week
the new
or-
one?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. And it is way more as far as the actual.
Is it
stuff
good?
goes. It's way. I've only watched one episode, but the one episode I watched was really good. Like they're like the firebenders stuff are like burning people alive and like.
Did you watch it
scorching
with
them
your
to death.
kids?
Yeah, I watched it with the kids
Heck yeah.
because I was just like, oh, it's Avatar, it's,
Right, right.
whatever. And like all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna burn this person into a crisp, and I'm just like, whoa. But they still dug it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a it seemed interesting. So I'm gonna check out some of the other episodes. But yeah,
Oh shit, dude! I started getting after some really inappropriate internet content when I was like
9.
fucking 7.
Dude.
I started smoking ganja when I was 9. It's true.
It was different for me. I was a little bit older. I
was way older.
I was 14.
I started smoking the
I was
ganja
bored.
when I was 9. Started drinking when I was like 9.
Yeah, I the first time I partaked.
No.
in doubles-
Sorry not to cut you off, Abe. The drinking was later on in life.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was,
you were 13.
Yeah, I was 13. You know exactly when
Later
because you
in
was
life.
there, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
Um,
but I started smoking the ganja when I was 9.
I started smoking the devil's lettuce when I was 18. That was the first time I ever smoked.
I was 15.
I was fucking
I smoked
9.
with Sam,
No, 14.
Matt, and Jay. Yep. We went out to Sherwood. And I was like, oh my God.
And that was back in the days when it was illegal.
It was Rego.
You remember the shroom?
Now you smoke that stuff, man, you're gonna see G.
Oh, dude, you'll still see Jesus. I don't smoke weed no more.
That's what I'm saying.
I dealt with all my demons with a very, very heavy shroom trip.
Yeah, yeah.
I've actually heard a lot of people. There was what was that? Michio Kaku, the guy who was from that was
Michio
on-
cock a bunch.
No, the guy who was on Joe Rogan. He was cock a bunch. But he was on Joe Rogan talking about like I think it was some sort of therapy. It might have been ayahuasca therapy though. But they have talked about-
Ayahuasca therapy?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Huh. Hey, are you down and out? Let's do some ayahuasca
Or you go out
therapy.
with a group of people.
No.
And you have shamans
No.
that like guide you through
No.
to help you.
You're full of devils in that area. Pass.
Oh,
100%.
You're going with a
100%.
shaman that's going to guide you through your
Well,
trip.
so you
no.
don't have a
No,
bad trip.
exactly.
Like no, he's guiding my ever loving soul to hell.
Yeah, because that
Peace.
here's the
No,
thing.
thank
Here's
you.
the thing. Like a lot of those guys that go on that journey and that have like another like a shaman.
Yeah, shaman.
Yeah, they go to the woods.
I'll
and
call
they're
them a
hanging out with
shaman.
No,
if I want
I
to.
want
20, 30
shaman.
people.
Shaman.
There it is.
Fuck's sake.
Shaman.
If you have a shaman
Yeah.
try to take you through that situation, like for me, trusting like any other men.
Right to guide you.
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all done led me fucking astray.
But Eli, that one we had, and we had Abe come over. Abe was like our shaman that day.
Yeah, I mean,
Was I? Because I wasn't.
Yeah,
there.
he was for me.
yeah, you was for me too.
I was.
When you showed up, I was like, oh, normalcy. Abe, can I hug you?
Me and Sam were so gone. Sam fucking went to the basement. We went away from each other.
Yeah.
I went into my room and Sam went into the basement. And we was like, hey, dude, can you just bring us some Bud Lights?
Yeah, like a case of Bud Light. It's like 9 a.m.
Bud Light and some smokes.
Yeah, freaking Marlboro 100s.
Yep, they had me get him some Marlboro 100s and some Bud.
And he did. And I wanted to give him a big old hug and a juicy kiss.
And then we could finally talk to each other.
Yeah.
No, because
was horrible.
we felt like we was almost about to goddamn kill each other.
Dude, so I come in. I do believe we might have told this story, but not to this degree. But I came in and I like knocked on the door. I had all their stuff. And I come in and Eli is in the room over here where that's now your weight room.
Yeah.
And you were laying down and like pretending like you were sleeping. And I look and I'm like, what is going on? And the house was like boiling hot. And it had like a odor to it. Like I was like, what the? It didn't stink. It was. I'm like, what is this? Like I'm smelling something.
Smell like a reptile
I'm smelling
house.
sulfur. There has been something that's went a
Oh, dude, we went to fucking hell and back that
dude.
night.
And I look, so he's
For, like,
laying on the bed, and I
24
look
hours.
over at him, and he just is like this, dude. His eye just goes like this. You're laying down like you're sleeping, you go, and he just pops that one eye open. He's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, dude?" I'm like, and then I come walking in, and then Sam came up the stairs, and he had his hoodie or a towel or something that was wrapped around his head to where only his eyes were coming through. And Sam's like, "Abe," and I'm like, "What the hell happened in this place?" That's what I thought.
Yeah. And then we made you hang out for like 6 hours.
For like the whole day. And I was like, they're just like talking, like we're outside, and they're like, "Dude, this air is good. The sun is good. This is good." And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. So you was like our shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to help you
Because
guys
before
come
you
back
showed
from
up,
the
we couldn't
Netherlands.
even fucking
No,
breathe.
dude, it was
we
like-
couldn't
I thought I
even-
was
we
gonna-
couldn't even be a person before you showed
No,
up.
dude. Like for a long time, I was like, didn't even know who, where, or what I was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for a long time.
Slip to the void, man.
Yeah. You went to a place
And you
that
showed up. I'm like, oh,
that you left a piece of your soul there.
yeah.
We'll talk about that one, Sam. What did we see in the garage?
I don't really know.
What happened?
Something went in the rafters above us. We both seen it.
Just a shadow figure.
Yeah,
Oh man.
something.
We started FaceTiming Abe.
Yep. I was there. That was the night before you guys called me. You guys thought I was looking at you.
Through the
You guys
garage.
thought I was outside in your road looking at you, but I was at my house.
We're FaceTiming Abe
Yeah, and the phone.
in the phone. FaceTiming
The
him.
phone started like
And through go ahead. Sam.
showing in the phone. I'm looking at Eli's phone. In the phone, where you was filming on the streets and stuff, it showed you across the road.
but I
He was
wasn't.
on, like you was on a bike coming this way. I'm like, dude, it's Abe messing with us. And I kept looking on the phone and seeing me and Eli in the garage walking in and out of the garage door.
Through Abe's FaceTime.
Yeah, through Abe's FaceTime. And Abe's like, dude, no, I'm at home.
I was.
We're like, oh my God, what the hell? Like, I thought you was right coming up to us.
We seen ourselves, like our exact
Yeah.
clothing and everything.
Yes.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, it was really,
Tripping balls.
and it just kept doing it over and over.
But I got off with you guys. Like,
Yeah, well, that's when all hell broke loose.
It was Sam.
when I got off, all hell broke loose.
Dude, it
Yeah,
did.
dude, it was like a trip. Like you are.
That's wild.
Sam, like we had
Gone.
like a funny moment.
Yes, we laughed our freaking ass. off
Yeah, dude,
for the
like,
first
so
like
hard.
Wow,
'Cause, like,
we was just like having a
Sam-
ball.
Sam walks up to the mirror, and it was like I looked at him in the mirror at the same time that he seen himself in the mirror, and he was just like going like small
Yeah,
to
I was
big.
like a Ninja Turtle going, "Vroom, vroom, 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 vroom," and I'm seeing it too. And I'm like sitting like in the mirror, like looking like freaking Mario, like up and down.
Yeah,
freaking
so we
slinking
started
up.
laughing our asses off because Sam
Yeah, I'm
was
like,
just
this
like,
is awesome.
Sam looks at me. He was like, he looks at me. He's like, "Hey man, I'm all good." And then he like goes and looks in the mirror, and I see exactly what he sees in the mirror. His whole fucking body's going like shrinking, going big, and shrinking, going big.
Yeah.
We fucking start losing it.
Laughing, and then
Dang.
like looking in the mirror, like for like hair, just like like
Hair
I'm
was
like,
just
I'm
growing out of your
Yeah,
face.
dude. I
turning
look
into
like
a werewolf.
I look like a werewolf, dude. I straight felt like a werewolf. I looked like a werewolf. I had fangs like a werewolf.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, man, we need to get out of this house.
Because we still kind of having a good time at this.
Did you guys get out of the house?
Yeah, dude. We went out back
in the woods?
In the woods.
That's
Like a
not
bunch of
good.
werewolves.
Howling at the moon.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. So we go out back to the woods, dude, and we seen that mushroom growing on the tree.
Dude, it was like alive. It was like
It was alive. I was like, oh.
engulfing this tree.
Oh my God, don't touch this. This thing is so precious. And then I went out there the next day and I'm like, the
It's just a dead mushroom. Like an old rotted mushroom.
thing looked like a fucking alive slug.
Yeah.
Holy crap. See, yeah. No, thank you.
Something from Aliens.
Yeah.
Pass.
So we're like, and then we seen the snake.
Yeah. That's when we left.
That's when we left.
You guys seen it like an actual snake or like
Yes.
in the trip you seen? Oh, it was a
No,
massive
we seen a
snake.
snake.
Yeah.
Yes. And when the snake showed up, we were like,
We went in the garage and we still kind of having a good
The
time.
snake tripped you out.
snake
Yeah.
scared us.
Is that where it went wrong?
No.
No.
We
So
went
you
back in
guys-
the garage
so-
and started having laughs again.
Okay.
Yep.
And then after the lap, when did it go back?
We went in the
Well,
house.
we went in the house. We can't exactly talk about Sam though when it went bad, right?
No.
We can't bring up the whole story.
Oh, dude.
People just think you're crazy.
Leave them in suspense, huh? That's all right. Some
But
things, some things are just
I'll tell
meant
you,
for.
my girlfriend at the time left to go to work.
Yep.
When she left to go to work, and it was just me and Sam left in our element.
I thought this guy was going to kill me.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy means harm to me.
yeah. So he seriously thought that like I was going to hurt him.
Did you think he was going to hurt you?
No. Well, yeah,
After I started acting the way I did. Because I stood up instantly.
yeah. Because Sam stood up and starts like pacing back and forth.
And I'm like looking at Eli like, man, you have to do me harm, dude.
Yeah.
He's all
like-
paranoid and
I'm
shit.
like,
I stood up and I told him, I like fucking slapped hands with him. I was like, dude, this is just the drugs, buddy. It's just the drugs.
Yeah.
Like it's all fucking good, man.
Like butter. Well, yep.
that one died on arrival.
Portal, the whole
Buckle
bunch
up,
of-
Buttercup.
Whole crap just happened, and then it just the sound
Yeah.
went. And Eli's talking to me like this.
You can't hear nothing he's
Nothing
saying.
he's saying, and then the room was just like this, like freaking horn or whatever, is
I-
blaring in my ears.
I got up and I gave him a fucking hug. So because I thought like he was going to fucking kill me.
Oh, no.
I thought he was going to attack my ass.
So you both thought you were going to do something to each other.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
At
it
the
got,
end of it.
it started, the drugs turned you guys
paranoia.
against each other.
yeah.
They started trying to, yeah. But
that
we moved past it.
Vampiric thing that came out.
We won. We won. I
A
told them.
vampiric thing came out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Yeah, exactly. We didn't even talk. We didn't even-
after like all this happened,
Dude,
then that happened.
After
too.
me and Sam, we couldn't hear each other. We're trying to talk to each other, and I got up and I told him, like, dude, this is just drugs, buddy. Like, I gave him a fucking hug, and I'm like, dude, this is not me. Like,
we're brothers.
We're brothers, bro.
yeah,
And Sam didn't sit down. I sat back down. I think you might have sat down.
did.
Did you?
Yep.
You sat down, and then all of a sudden, this rattlesnake we couldn't see, but was with an absolute was there. We couldn't see it, but we kind of could with like.
So the snake came in with you guys.
a snake came into the house.
Well, the snake from the outside came in with you.
It was a rattlesnake.
Oh, Jan.
All we could hear was the whole time, and like me and him.
anytime we tried to talk to each other,
Yeah, we completely lost focus, and this thing came in like, sit down, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna put you through this experience.
yeah.
No getting away from
It
this
was like,
now.
there's no way out.
No way out,
This
buddy.
figure came in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
Jeez.
yeah.
and like was standing there, and like I don't know if it said something or was
It was like a snake.
Talking to you through your mind.
kind of.
Yeah.
It let us know like it's in charge. No.
Yeah, it sat us. It sat us the hell down.
Yeah.
Shut us the fuck up, and was like,
Here you go.
And then I was just all of a sudden like,
Literally. Like off, dude. Into like,
He was like,
off
you
the
just-
never land.
how long did this thing
dude, that shit was
stick
an
with you
hour or
guys?
so,
dude.
man.
Yeah, like, and then you showed up at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And we could actually kind of
Because
walk.
me and Sam couldn't even be around each other at a certain point in time.
For like, I forgot how to walk for a minute. I'm like laying in the bed. I'm like, this is how my limbs work. I'm sitting there like, freaking seeing people's heads getting crushed in slow motion, just like exploding skulls. I'm like, whoa!
That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. When we left each other, because I
God.
came down here in the dark, I'm like, I'm just gonna sleep this off,
Yeah, right.
because I normally was able to do that.
Not this time.
And no, I was like seeing exploding skulls everywhere, like in grave detail.
Jeez, man. That's wild. That is wild.
Yeah, it was very graphic.
Oh, dude.
And then you showed, that's why.
graphic as fuck.
That's why
Was you seeing that stuff too?
my coat was wrapped around my head because I'm hiding
You were.
exploding skulls.
What was you seeing while this was going on while Sam was trying to sleep it off?
Yeah,
I think he was too, trying to sleep.
Yeah.
but I don't know what his experience was then.
violent.
Dude,
He goes, violent. See, and drugs are not good, kids.
No.
no,
No,
Never,
that cured me
never,
of that ever again.
don't ever do it. Ever.
Like,
It's
I don't
never
know
a
if
good
it was.
thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I stayed away from the hallucinogens.
I
was
loved
like,
them, dude.
nope.
And you know,
I did one time the shrooms with you guys, and I was like, that is enough. For
Remember
me.
when we went driving?
Yeah, we seen the dog man.
Dog.
I don't know what it was, but we said nothing. We
We didn't say shit, but we seen a fucking Maine creature run across the road.
Yes, we did, and we did it over at our buddy's house,
Yeah.
and we all popped them. And then I was like, oh, I felt good, but like, I think I talked about this before too, but I could be wrong. But anyways,
It's all good.
the guy that I was working with, he told me like, hey man, if you ever he was
Lucifer or what?
No,
was
no, he was a guy I worked with. He was a pretty cool guy, but he did a lot of shrooms.
What
and
was
stuff
his
like
name?
that. I can't remember.
Was it Lucifer? No, he named his son Lucifer.
No, not him.
Oh, okay.
No,
Willis.
That was Willis, but
Yeah.
no. There was this other kid that was started. He just started working, but he was talking because I was telling him that we were trying to get some shrooms, and he was like, "Oh, dude," and he talked about him all the time. He's like, "Just remember, if you do it, you want to be with good people, and you want to be calm, and you don't want to be like stressed out." So when I did it, I was like, my anxiety was so high because I'm like,
Already, yeah.
because like what this guy told me.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to be calm because if you don't, you're gonna have a bad trip. And I'm like, okay, gotta have a good trip, good trip, good things. So then I start thinking about like God,
Yeah.
because I'm like good things. I'm like, whoa, it is Jesus, And we all freaking did the shrooms, and
Thinking about Jesus while you're doing
You guys
shrooms.
left.
yeah, and then we went outside. Well, we were watching our buddy BT. He's been on the pod before. He was he had YouTube going, and it was all good. And then like something like this was like, boop, and I was like, okay, this is different. I have to get out because I'm gonna die in this place. Like I am hot. And the YouTube videos were like, because everybody was laughing, but I'd look at everybody and everybody's like, and I'm like, this is not normal.
Like,
So then we everybody finally gets, I think everybody felt it. So we all got up, went outside, and then like the log pile was like illuminating. I was like, oh, dude, this is not fun. And then I think Eli got the vibe that I was not doing good. He's like, hey, dude, I got to go to the gas station. You want to go with me? I'm like, we never came back. No, we left. We never came back. We went home. But we got, you had your IROC Z Camaro.
Yeah.
And we were driving that.
My
and,
92 IROC Z 6-cylinder.
But
Motherfucker never won a race, but in my head it did.
Remember Abe's IROC?
Yep.
Abe's IROC would have fucked me. Abe's IROC fucked shit up. I remember I tried to drive that
11-second
motherfucker.
car, wasn't it, Abe? 11 seconds?
Anyways, Abe, go ahead
it
with
was
your
11
story.
seconds.
Go ahead with your story.
But no, yeah. So we get in the car, and Eli's like, "I gotta go to the gas station. Let's get like something to drink, and let's get some smoke, or something." Like, yeah,
Get
absolutely.
the fuck out of here.
So we're just cruising, and like we're not talking, we're just driving, and I'm just like, okay, like I felt good because we had the windows down, and like I was cooling off, and this. People would probably be like, "You." It was just deer, but
Coyote
or coyote, but you just looked at it. But it was like a grown man that had like brown skin. It looked like,
Yeah.
and he was just like on all fours, just like, just running across the road. And I'm like,
We both seen
and
it.
then like Eli's driving.
Right. That's the thing.
We didn't
that's
say
always
nothing for the
weird.
longest time, and Eli just looks over like this at me, and he's like, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And then we just went home. And I was like, "I'm done with this stuff." Like that was it for Abe, and I didn't do a lot, so I didn't like have a terrible trip, but it was not fun at all.
Yeah.
Like because like I said, before it hit me.
It was fun.
Just it like the build up to it, I was like, oh, this is going to be okay. But then it was like the YouTube videos that we were watching, everybody was laughing and their mouths were like so like
Expanding.
elongated.
like Black Hole Sun.
they're like,
Yeah, that's what I was
Soundgarden.
thinking of.
Black Hole Sun.
I'm like,
Loud
get me the hell out of here now. And I remember I did go home that night and I just laid in the bed and I was like, Lord, if you let me be normal from this one, I promise on my wife that I did not have at the time and any children that I have, I will never, ever do drugs again. And that's what I said.
It's a good prayer.
And I haven't. I haven't
seen
done no hallucinogens.
At the old house, I seen a horse in the backyard on LSD,
Oh my God.
and I went to pet it, and it was real.
Sam,
It was the actual horse.
Yeah.
It was a real horse.
Oh, real horse. And dude, I was like, I talked to it for a
You
minute.
think you're tripping balls and there's a fake horse, but
Yeah.
you're like,
I thought it was like this thing that walked out of the like darkness. I'm like, that's a big old horse. But I thought it was my imagination. I went up to like pet it, and it was like a real horse. I'm like,
And it let you pet it?
yeah.
he was probably so chill that the horse was like, okay.
It was probably your parents' horse.
I was petting the
It
horse.
probably
Like
got
Rico-
out.
Rico just got out.
Yeah. Sam's like, this is a magical beast.
High as hell, just petting our horse.
In a way, I was like, what? I'm like, what are you doing here?
In all reality, he just walked over to your guys' house and was
He's
outside.
just sitting on
Dude,
our
that's
field.
probably exactly what happened.
Because
Uncle Brad looks out there
around
like,
that time we did have two
Yeah.
horses.
But just sitting there like taking a piss, and then like you look over and you're like, whoa. And I'm like, what's up? And I went to like, I thought it wasn't real, dude. I was like, tripping balls.
yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's a real horse. That's something that's crazy to see a horse. Well,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would.
absolutely.
I would imagine that would be like a definitely brain altering because you're like, you think you're in the trip and you think you're
Yes.
like seeing things, and then you're like, wait a minute, because that's a random thing. To
and they're
see.
huge. Horses
Yeah,
are very
they're
large.
gigantic. Oh,
Massive.
trust me, dude. Like I've had with horses try to kick me on multiple
Mm-hmm.
occasions. I will go on record as saying I hate horses. Like I'm not a horse fan at all. Like,
Right.
I like the ideal of it.
but I've owned them.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I don't
Like
like,
I've raised horses, and it's not fun.
I don't like fucking with anything that's bigger than me, animal wise.
Yeah, because they're
me
so
really neither.
strong.
That's what was so weird that I started petting it.
Even
'Cause
smaller
I didn't-
wise.
And I just kept doing.
Honestly.
How you doing, buddy? And I just like talking to them. Like, wow, what are you doing here?
he starts talking. He's like, "Well, I was just trotting through the woods.
It just all of a sudden sounds like Johnny
Came across
Cash.
some beets, and I was eating them."
What was that? You guys
And then
remember
I
that
smelt
Simpsons
you
episode
upwind.
where Homer like trips on? I think he trips on some mushrooms or something like that, and it's like Johnny Cash is a fox, you know. But it's like that Sam just starts hearing that out of a horse's mouth.
And that's
hurt
what and that
myself
was
today.
awesome. It was very cool.
See if I still feel.
But then it turns on you.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Bean? You've never done any hallucinations.
I did mushrooms once way back in the day, and
Did they do anything to you or no?
Yeah, very much so.
Because I've heard some people say that they've done them and it's never done nothing.
I will
have to.
will never do it again because it was one of those things where so I was at this party when I was like younger. I was like maybe 19 or something like that, maybe 20. But like so I went in, but I didn't really know anybody because like somebody had invited me and then they ended up bailing on the party. So like I showed up and I like know nobody there. And what I didn't realize was there was like this big pizza over off to the side, and it had mushrooms on it. But I thought it was just like regular mushrooms, so I just started eating a couple.
They
of
drugged
pieces of
you.
pizza, and then like it was, shrooms, and like so like I'm like I started looking around, and everybody just seemed it was I started getting paranoid because I looked around and it seemed like everybody was like staring daggers at me, and I'm like, what's going on here? And I didn't know anybody, so I was just like, all right, I'm like I'm gonna go home, but instead of like leaving with the person that I came with, I was like, I'm just gonna walk home. And so I'm like 15 miles away from my house, and I'm just like walking down a dirt road, just out of my mind. And I look over in the trees, and all of a sudden I see this like that Michael Myers mask you have. I just see that floating in the tree because like when in the movie where he's wearing the black
Blacked out, yeah.
so you can only see the face, the mask.
Yeah.
And like that's what I was seeing. I'm like, what the hell? So I started like jogging and like running and jogging and running,
Yeah.
and, like out of
That's what you
breath
do on that
to the
shit.
and I'm just like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
You're out running that demon.
So I ran until I ran until I literally passed out. I woke up in a field like a couple hours later. Like I was like I ran and I was just running, and then like apparently at some point like I got really tired and just laid down.
yeah.
And then like I like wake up and I'm like looking at the sun. Yeah, it was no fun. No
Man.
fun whatsoever.
I'll tell you the last one. I can only tell parts of the story.
Uh-oh.
You know the story I'm talking about, don't you?
I do. That's a tough one.
It's a tough one to tell. Anybody got a lighter on them?
I don't know. I think there's somewhere.
I do not.
No, I think
Nope.
I gave you the one that I had.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you just dropped it.
I do not.
I don't have one. I do, but it's in my coat.
Bingo, bango.
You have one, but it's in your car.
Coat.
Oh, I thought you said car.
So, I did a half ounce of mushrooms.
Ooh.
And like it was to the point to where while I was eating them, I was forcing them down, and my body was like, no,
Like
no,
rejecting
no,
them?
No, don't do this, don't do this. And it was at the time I was doing some Okiano,
Oh no.
a little bit of
Mixing
my,
the two.
a little bit of my favorite thing to do in the world. But I was doing a little bit of the white devil's lettuce. And I forced down a half ounce of mushrooms, and this was at the point to where my stomach couldn't even digest food. I was completely gone on sleep and everything. I was already seeing shadow people basically
Oh my God.
because I couldn't because of all the shit I was doing.
Right.
And then I was like, well, how am I going to get myself off? How am I going to stop myself from doing coke? I was like, well, what I'll do is all these mushrooms I just bought, I'll smash all those, and that'll
Fill your gut up.
well, what I thought, I was like, this'll cure my coke habit. This will give me a coming to life moment, and fix me from being addicted to coke or anything like that. So I was like,
Kind of did.
it did. It kind of fixed me from all of that shit. I ain't done coke since, so
There you go, dude. Stay strong.
Yeah. Nah. I'd like to say that was my only one time, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm like,
But I was home alone here, and like I said, I was already dealing with like the shadow people and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
No sleep, and so I decided to smash a whole half ounce of mushrooms because I like literally in my head that I thought that this would deal with my fix my coke problem or whatever. So I smashed a half ounce of mushrooms, and then sat back in my chair. I turned my heat up to like fucking 90 degrees.
What is that with the shroom?
Cold.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
I do.
Okay.
Well, yeah, like you want it to be.
maybe it's your sensitivity to heat or cold.
You
Well,
definitely do.
I like I even
Both.
I smashed the heat up because I understand the drug. I've been there. I've done it multiple times, and I understand that it's like if you're in the fucking tropical jungle, honestly, it's gonna affect you better or whatever. So I knew that it was gonna
Gonna intensify it.
enhance the buzz,
Yeah.
Intensify.
and then so like when the mushrooms kick in, I was like sitting there, and I'm like sitting in my chair, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my living room, looking at the TV that's on the right above the fireplace and stuff like that, thinking it's going to be a normal trip. With all my half ounce of mushrooms.
Yeah, no, that's not going to be normal.
That'd be a good name for a song when the mushrooms kick in.
This is going to be normal.
Yeah, this is going to be normal, boy. So it starts kicking in, dude, and I just like I go like this because like I don't know what to do with my hands.
He's like, help me, Lord.
Yeah, basically, man.
What's that DMX one? I really need to talk to you, Lord.
I really need to talk to you, Lord.
Lord, give me a sign.
Or that Kanye one we was listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he saying?
Oh,
Well, then the backup singers were like, Jesus.
Jesus walks.
yeah.
That's what me and Abe was listening to today. Jesus walks.
Say what you will about Kanye. He's got some hitters, dude.
Kanye's got some fucking straight up hitters.
Yeah, he does. He's a funny guy, but yeah, I like him.
He's an interesting person to listen to talk.
Yeah, listening to him on podcasts.
He's
Yeah.
an interesting, like, it's not at all what you think it's going to be. none of it is. Not even close.
Half the time, no.
No,
Poor guy.
Kanye.
I don't think he's that
That
much
poor-
of a poor
poor
guy.
fucking
That poor
millionaire.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what you always hear, though. Money doesn't buy happiness.
No.
So he I don't know. Maybe not.
It helps though.
Oh, I would say it definitely helps. I mean, I would take some money for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead if you want to continue with your story, or do you just not want to talk about that one? because that one's a hard one to explain.
It is hard to explain.
especially to the people here.
Especially because you've mentioned the shadow people like
Yeah.
17 times.
Well, just that whole scenario
Mm-hmm.
was a whole time because I was
Involved.
I was involved
Yeah.
on that one, and I was like, oh. You almost didn't make it out of that one. We'll say that.
I almost didn't make it out of
He
that.
almost didn't make it out of that one, but he did. So, and it has cured you.
Oh, yeah. I'll never touch another hallucination. I quit smoking weed. I ain't touched weed since. I don't even smoke weed no more. Because if I smoke weed, it brings the devil out of me.
Yeah.
Not the devil out of me.
I learned
just,
sooner.
yeah.
But yeah, no, that stuff is it's so that the moral of the story of all of these stories is don't do drugs. They're not good, and nothing ever good comes of it ever. Now,
Yeah.
I know you got people like Joe Rogan that believes in like DMT and all that stuff, but that's him. Like,
I've been there though. That's the thing. I don't need DMT. I'm sensitive enough to.
absolutely.
I've been to the shadow realm. I've been there, man.
Well, yeah, you and Sambo both have. Me and Bino were skirting it. We were skirting that freaking line. We're like,
But then I was just like, nope, I am far too much of a pussy for this.
oh yeah.
I was just like,
Oh, dude,
I'm not built for that.
Let me tell you, buddy, I was way far too much of a pussy for it myself. I fucking ran through, yeah, dude.
And that's the thing that
I'll tell you right now, though. I'll tell you right now, camera. The one thing that got me through that situation, what was it, Abe?
well, yeah, I don't know that.
You know what was it that got me through that?
The Lord Jesus,
What did I show up with?
the Bible.
I showed up with the Bible, son. I showed up with the Bible.
With almost like
on my
frostbite on his feet.
frostbite on my feet.
Yes, you did.
I ran through swamps. I ran through a winter storm.
He did.
I did, man.
He did.
Barefoot.
That's about you.
Oh man, nothing's off limits, dude. Nothing's off limits.
I ran through a snowstorm.
Yeah,
I ran through a snowstorm.
snarm.
A snowstorm.
Snickle, snickle.
showed
Even
up.
though I was dealing with a snowstorm through the nose beforehand,
Yeah, dude. When he showed up, I'm not.
Abe was
gonna-
like, "Did you kill somebody?"
That's what I asked him.
Yeah.
That's what he asked me.
I
He's like,
looked at him because it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. He came to my house, and I'm like, and I hear this knocking on my window. I hear Eli, and I was like, this is not good. Instantly was like, what did he do? And then I flick on the back light and I look at him, and I'm like, did you murder a person just now? I'm like, if you killed somebody, you've got to go. You've got to face the popo because I can't. Jesus and anybody can't help you with this one, dude. Like, this is on you. So yeah,
I swam through water.
and it was.
I ran
like,
through
one
a
of our last.
graveyard.
It was a blizzard.
It was a
It
blizzard
was a
going
blizzard.
on. It was wild.
And I, dude, the only thing that kept me from anything, I took my Bible with me. That's all it was. I took my Bible with me. It got me through everything.
It can be very helpful.
Yeah, yes, it can. It totally.
I was gonzo. If I wouldn't have took the Bible with me, I don't think I'd have made that
journey.
journey. And to me, that journey was
Life and death.
that's my story in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my story. If I was in the Bible, that would have been my story.
Right. I hear what you're saying. though.
It's like in the Bible, be like,
And then how do you explain- and there was this man
This
named
man
Elijah.
ran through he showed up from the swamps, and
He swam with the fishes.
told me of
black.
Jesus,
Dude. Oh my God, man. But that's why
I'll tell you before.
don't do that stuff.
I tell you before I left my house, though. I'll tell you what happened. Now that we're talking about it, Dude, hold on. Let me put this fucking cigarette up. When I was at home dealing with it before I had to leave, before I had to flee my own home, I had to. What happened when we show back up at the house?
Yeah.
Door was open.
Door was wide open. There was a gun on the ground.
My shotgun was laid out.
And
He was
it
shooting
was-
shadow people.
And it
I didn't shoot nothing.
No, no.
it was like 100 degrees in your house.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah. Showed up. Because I didn't know that shit either.
That you that you're trying to fight things that aren't there with the
Then you showed me that Bible. No, the Bible was there the whole time, but you showed me that prophet said you can't bring a
physical weapons.
physical weapons to a spiritual warfare.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't bring physical weapons to a spiritual warfare.
More or less the gist, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that. I know that. Now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that before.
well, I
it's
think
like-
the right-minded Eli would have known that, though.
Yeah, not a half ounce of mushrooms.
Not yeah.
and
an
an
8-ball of Coke.
8-ball of Coke
Jeez.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll never do that shit again.
That's
I'll never
good.
do that shit again. So don't judge me on it. But
Well, all sorts of people do all sorts of stuff, and
Dude, bro.
I mean, look, people love like one of my favorite people that I like new people as far as not new, but like over the last several years, I've really got to love him. Is Joey Diaz, and that
Right.
dude was a maniac when he was
Still
younger.
is a
yeah, he
maniac.
still is. He's been dropping,
Death Stars.
500,
he,
milligrams. of
he's
edible
laid
stuff.
off of all that stuff now.
Yeah,
too.
I know
Yeah,
for him.
He's lost weight
Yeah,
and everything.
I don't
But that's
think
what I'm saying. And then you got
started
Joe
nothing.
Rogan that talks about, DMT openly. Like people do things. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to judge people. People go through their life how they go through it.
And it's all like George Carlin.
You had to
You
go
learn
through that
from-
hard,
you learn
that
from-
hard route.
Yeah.
You guys ever hear when Carlin said that? Like he's done, LSD like a few times, and was like he learned from it. It was like I don't need to do that. I learned what I needed from it, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people it takes one time. Some it takes
Yeah. But
5,
75.
10,
I don't know how many.
75.
For me, it was just that one.
Yeah, man. But that's the thing. Doing that stuff, it has no good outcome in.
Nope.
I'll say the situation happened. It was when the full half ounce kicked in.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
not to cut you off, my man had one glove on. It was like ripped to hell. When we came back, because he was barefoot that he ran. I mean, he ran from here to there through a snowstorm.
Snowstorm.
Yep. On the roads and things like that and through swamps.
And through graveyards.
Graveyards. His feet were destroyed. Like literally destroyed.
So we'll put a picture up.
Throw it up in the Discord if you want to see Eli's frostbitten feet. And then
Because I ran out this house barefoot.
I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus.
Should we say what else he had?
No.
No, we won't do that. But we got here and he had like his shoes were right there by the door. I'm like, why didn't you just put shoes on?
There was
Right.
a devil
fleeing.
was
There was-
chasing me.
The shadow people.
Well, the whole time I was running, seriously, it's like imagine like a dude in Vietnam getting like chased by like the enemy that's gonna kill them. Like that's how I felt. Like I was like seriously the whole run. I was like everywhere I went, like I thought there was like something getting me.
Yeah, that them drugs were creeping up on you. They were getting you.
And when I went through the graveyard, them motherfuckers showed up. So I had no choice but to run through the fucking the water. I jumped through. I jumped in like because I was like, well, the only way that I'm going to get across this, I'll jump as far as I can into this water.
There's no alternative route.
So what
Right.
you're telling me is the only time I can get you to swim across something is if you're high on mushrooms and coke.
No, no, because I want to use swimming as an exercise.
Oh, well then we should. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love swimming.
But during that situation, I shouldn't have been swimming,
No,
Yeah, no.
not at all.
but I had to
Especially in a-
swim. I had to
Especially in a
swim
snow or blizzard.
during a blizzard. I almost gave up during that journey, and laid up against a tree. And I know that would have been the death of me right there. I'd have died
Yeah.
because the way my feet looked.
How cold it was.
I almost lost
It was
toes.
a blizzard. It literally was.
You did. You were that close. Like a couple of your toes were about to go off.
Yeah.
Like gone, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I seen him pop those toes out, and I was like, oh! I'm like, what the?
Velociraptor going.
Cuts to the bone.
Dude, like one of the big toe was like literally like
Lopped open.
like almost to the bone.
Gee.
Like layers and layers of skin gone on his big.
It was
on his
lopped
big
open,
toe.
dude.
I was like
bleeding
oh.
like a fucking animal. Bleeding like an animal that just got. But the thing is that there was seriously, honestly, I swear to you, there was a spirit that
shadow.
was not even shadow, nothing. They just there was a spirit. There was, no matter what I want to call it, there
Yeah.
was absolutely a spirit that was chasing me.
Yeah, well, yeah,
It was after me.
I believe you for
And
sure.
it touched me a couple times during that journey, and I had the Bible the whole run.
Yeah,
I had the Bible with me the entire time, and oh my goodness, it's hard to talk about this in full context. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, absolutely, no. Well, I mean, they pretty much got the gist of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you did a
crazy
freaking
affair.
The gun,
crazy amount.
the gun was left at home. Like when we came home, the gun was left there. You know what I'm saying? The gun was in, and the gun was loaded. My shotgun is always loaded, and that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, okay, so it's like when this full shit kicked in, when I was sitting at home, I was like, okay, there's this presence came right into my house with me, and was like, because I started reading the Bible, because I started losing my mind. I was like, okay, so it was like the only place I know to go that's home that's going to save me from anything like this that I know is God. So I started reading the Bible. But at that point in time, as gone as I am,
You're good.
as gone as I am, I'm in the devil's playing ground at that point in time.
Yeah.
It's like God can only chase you so far. It's like
Yeah.
I've already decided to
Partake.
partake, in these things. And it's like, so I get into this position to where it's like I'm completely gone. I'm totally in the devil's playing ground. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I get out of this? How do I escape this situation? I'm like, well, read your Bible. So I start reading my Bible, and then it's like this presence just right down into my home. This house that I call my home anyways. Bam! It's like this thing's just fucking there, and it's like, hey, I'm in this room. I'm not gonna say which room it is, but it's like, hey, I'm in this room, and it's like telling me, it's like, yeah, come in here. I'm in here. I'm in this, I'm in this room here. Come over here. Come into this room, and we'll see what's. That's what it's like challenging me now. It's like you're on my ground now. You decided to dabble in the devil's playground. It's like, this is the room. Come over here. It's like, make this last decision, even though you made the decision to ingest all these drugs. I'm in the room now that's over here. It's like, I'm gonna give you that last decision. That it's like, come over into this room, and we'll meet each other face to face, type of deal is how it felt for me. So I walked up, and I couldn't open the door. So, and I'm like to the point where I'm completely gone. It's like before all of that happened. Goddamn, I don't want to take the rest of the podcast up on this or whatever. But like before that, before I got to that point, I was like sitting there in my living room chair, looking at just a normal spot that I sit there and watch TV and stuff like that. And I'm like looking at the TV, and like I was like, okay, so it starts kicking in and it starts taking me into this like third world dimension, taking me out of this,
This realm.
this realm.
Yeah.
And so it starts I start hearing like all of these like bugs kind of flying like from in behind me, and I start seeing these like locusts land on the wall, and I see like my whole entire wall becomes a weird face of this thing that's kind of it's just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like it's this weird thing that takes over my whole wall. I can't even see the TV. I can't even see the whatever the fuck it is else anymore. And I see all of these like locusts that are like flying around on each side of it. And anytime that I would like blink my eyes and like focus on anything else, it would go away, and I'd be right back into the normal realm that we live in. And I would be like, okay. So I understood. I was like, okay, so I need to like focus and let my peripherals do some action if I actually want to go into this realm. It's like trying to take me into this realm is what it was trying to do.
I wonder if that's how DMT is.
Yeah.
Like if it'll like, because I hear that it takes you into a whole nother realm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say they meet like these gods or something out in like on DMT and stuff.
these beings.
Absolutely.
These beings, yeah. A lot of people say they're like snake people or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard there's like and again I haven't done a lot of this stuff, but a lot of people that do that stuff, will talk about how they see these like geometric patterns,
Yeah.
and these like crazy lights and all this different stuff. And there has even been artists who have tried to sort of capture that like
Grateful Dead?
feeling. The Grateful Dead, I'm Dead. I'm just saying from the standpoint of not even just music, but like an actual visual medium, and it's nearly impossible to conceptualize because it's so abstract in a lot of ways. At least
Right.
So
And these are dudes that have probably done it, and then they're like, they were artists and they can like draw it, or they're like telling the person.
yeah, and they're trying to do the best to explain.
Yeah.
So and again, I don't know. So I've never done that. So
Nope, me neither. Nope. No, sir. Abel stepped 10 feet back from that one.
yeah, I'm gonna pass.
But yeah, absolutely. But no, it was a wild night for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Very wild. It,
So yeah, it
took you
was
on a
like
ride.
when I got back to reality, because like I went to walk back into that room, and I was like, okay, and like at this point I'm like breathing heavy. I broke the Bible out. Started reading scriptures out of the Bible, and then it got even heavier. Of course,
It's like, we don't want that up in here, son.
exactly. But this thing was like, I'm not leaving. Like, you've already decided to ingest me.
Yeah.
You've already decided to ingest me.
And that's the sucky part about those types of drugs is like you're just on that ride. There's no getting out
yeah,
of it.
I'm already there.
Yeah.
So,
I'd be up in the corner like,
no, there's no
get out of me,
there's
devil.
none of that.
They affect your brain already.
Right, right,
It's
right.
all your
Once it's there, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I started reading the Bible. I'll tell you, and I put my hand down on the Bible, and I started like praying, and like I seen like blood drops coming down off of my hand, that was like leading onto the Bible scriptures that I was reading, and it was like bleeding all over. Like, and I'm not bleeding yet, anyways.
Nope, you didn't go on that run yet.
I didn't run yet, but so it was like I'm reading the Bible, and it was like this was after this. Before, anyways. What the fuck am I trying to say? I started reading the Bible, and I like put my hand down on the Bible, and then it's like I see blood like coming out of my hand. My whole fucking hand turns red while I'm reading the Bible, and I put my hand down on the scriptures, and I see blood coming out of my hand onto the Bible. I'm like, okay, start, not okay. There's no way to explain what I was doing at that point in time. I'm literally like out of breath because of how much that I'm praying to God, like to the point that it's like, it felt like an MMA fight, that I've had. Like I was, and then like God kept telling me, it's like, you're out of shape. You're out of shape to deal with this. You're out of shape. Like you can't deal with this, this type of response. You're too out of shape for this. As it made me feel like some fights that I've had, that MMA fights
Like you
that I've
weren't
had,
prepared.
like I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm breathing and I'm like wheezing and I'm sweating all over, all the way through all of my body. And I kept saying that. It's like I'm gonna load my gun and I'm gonna grab a weapon in my other hand and go with my gun in the other hand, and I'm gonna go back into there where the devil's at, that where he's calling me to, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna blow his fucking head off. That's exactly
Wouldn't
what I
that be
thought.
nice,
Me and
huh?
the devil had a tussle, and I won.
That's what I thought I was gonna do.
Oh man. Yeah, bro. Oh, my God.
That's what I thought I was gonna do. I was like, I'm gonna go in there with a weapon. I'm gonna find this motherfucker. I'm gonna drop him. I'm gonna fucking blow his head off.
And be good.
Well, that response actually, as funny as that sounds, it's an innate thing because like there's like even writers who have conceptualized like the old like Conan the Barbarian, like the Robert E. Howard stories. Well, in those, when he would confront something that was supernatural or otherworldly, it would be like, all right, it would like break his brain to a point where it'd be like, well, I would rather attack this thing and try to kill it and die in the process than just live with the brain breaking fear.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I think that that fight or flight response is so bred deeply so far into so
At the end of the night, I took the flight.
yeah. But at first you were gonna take the fight.
No, wait. I did go into that. I did go into that room because I told Abe, I was like, well, we came back to this house. I was like, bro, you better pray before we go back in there. And then the room was open. Remember, the door was open.
Yeah, the door
I was
was
like, how
open.
the fuck is that door open?
Yeah, that boggled your mind for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, it was something, man. And like you said, you were trying to break your your coke habit, so it worked.
It did. I'll never touch that shit again. Either of them.
Yeah. But no, that is, yeah. We've had some crazy stories here tonight.
We've been storytelling.
We have
Good ones.
some really good ones, dude. Some really good ones.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yes. By all means, do not.
It does seem, I don't know, I could be off, but kids are more aware of that nowadays.
I think because people in general
Yeah.
are more aware.
Yeah.
Like even the reality, it's going to sound bad, but like with some of the legalizing in some of the states of with like even marijuana and things like that, it's people understand what these drugs are actually doing to people now,
Yeah.
and so the education is very different versus like back in the day, with like reefer madness and stuff like that. People had a propagandistic type of viewpoint on it, to where they didn't really understand. Now we're learning scientifically what these drugs are actually doing,
Right.
And you see the kids, it just seems smarter with that.
Yeah, I would say
Overall.
like more
I know
kids
there is kids
nowadays
messing
are
with it.
probably on that Adderall stuff.
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing. There is pandemics of stuff, that are drugs. Fentanyl is sweeping the nation.
See, my day,
Oh,
Fentanyl's
dude.
number one killer in America
Yeah,
right now.
fentanyl is just
Fentanyl killed our fucking cousin.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's not good.
Talking about drugs,
Yeah.
I mean, for real.
but like my era was like, try it, do it.
Sam,
know?
so Sam, what's your craziest experience? Let's get off of my fucking ass.
Well, I kind of, that LSD trip was the one that cured me.
The one I was there with.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, 100%. That was
Yeah.
the wildest experience I've ever had on anything I've ever done.
Yeah.
for sure.
The rattlesnake.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, man. It's like
I've had others, but like I said, I enjoyed it,
but
for the most part.
for the most part, yeah. But then you have that one bad one that's gonna freaking
That
send you over the
it was
freaking
like,
top.
I learned.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like
I'm good on, and I never ever went back.
we're all in our 30s, man.
Yeah.
Like this stuff here is like
Far too old for this shit.
way like that
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
I'm so cured of that. It's not
Oh,
even funny.
dude.
Like, I don't want people.
Oh, no,
thinking-
no.
Like I don't mess with that.
I'll tell you one
at
thing. All that
all.
shit did to me was just make me believe in God more.
Absolutely.
That's, you know, I'm
There's
trying
something.
my
I'll
best.
say this. I think a lot of people. I'm not gonna say everybody, but most people believe that there is something out there. What like us, we believe it's God. If other people believe it's Buddha, whatever it is, there's something, and there's other things at play. I absolutely believe that, like to my core, dude. Like,
Oh yeah.
and
And granted, even that aside, because I believe that too. That stuff can just be scary.
oh yeah,
Listening, it's just
yeah.
it's just a scary thing.
That's why I want
mess
to.
with. Too deeply,
I want to dive
it's
down.
Spooky.
I want to dive down Sam's experience of that a little bit. We it's fine. Let's keep going.
I already said pretty much.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't explain your situation on that.
Yeah, I did. Oh, what with you?
Not in depth.
With you?
yeah. You guys kind of did.
Yeah.
No, not with me. I'm just saying your side of the story.
Yeah. Of when you came to the house?
No, not that one. I'm talking about with mine and your situation where
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about that thing that came in the
Yeah,
room
that
with you.
vampiric
that vampiric thing. He talked about
An
that.
old suit.
Yeah.
old
came-
Sue,
Suit.
that old suit.
And it like sat us down.
What'd you see when you looked in the mirror?
Werewolf man, dude.
No, it wasn't a werewolf.
Dude, I was growing hair.
No, I'm talking about the thing that we seen that both looked back at us.
In the garage.
Oh,
No, in
that.
the mirror.
Yeah. Well, I've had all kinds of weird experiences with the mirrors.
What was that thing that looked at you?
What it did that?
Yeah, that was that thing.
Yeah.
Yes. It was looking at me through the mirror and it was like,
So let me ask you
So, yeah,
guys,
yeah.
what is it with mirrors?
I don't know.
Why it's like what's the old saying? Like the mirror is like
The mirror tells the truth.
no, it's like something like it's the mirror like it's something of the
inflamed
soul or
mirror
something.
strength.
No, it does tell the
You're
truth.
thinking of the eyes of the mirrors of the soul, or window
That's
of the soul.
okay.
But-
Way off base.
Well, what it is with and again going back, and even in writing, into earlier times, mirrors are a very strange thing. For one thing, for the longest period of human history, they were so hard to make, like the
Right.
actual process of making a good mirror. So things were so off about them. Like now we have mirrors and they're like perfect.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say like for me, like sober as the day is long, like if I go into the bathroom to take a piss in the middle of the night and I take a peek over at the mirror, I'm like, sometimes it's unsettling.
I still get that.
and I'm like, why is that?
Yeah.
because of that.
No, yeah.
It's like I'm seeing myself, and I don't know if I'm gonna see like a boogeyman or something. But I'm like, what is
I
that?
think the reality is your mind is open to the possibility that something could be,
Yeah, because that motherfucker lives in the mirror.
Because you have eaten mushrooms.
yeah.
You opened your
Abe
mind.
has. Yeah.
No, I've done
Yes.
the shrooms, but I never looked in the mirror.
Right.
But, like, I'm
still,
saying,
you
like-
opened your mind to a degree with
Sure.
that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't
think
know.
about
Hey
it. There's
guys,
that movies.
I want the audience. What do people that haven't done it? Like do mirrors freak other people out, or is it just
normal
us?
people.
You guys remember that
No.
movie Mirrors with Kiefer
Yes.
Sutherland?
Yeah.
But it's so clearly there's a thing with mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
That
Stay away from them. Well, hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
I think in some ways because it's a reflection, and so in a weird way,
Is
that's
it like
why-
how you see yourself?
Well,
or
but the
something?
reality, think about it, right? You can
Yes.
go into like a fun house thing, and like it
And they're
looks all
distorted,
weird.
and
So
it's-
'cause- and so there's a part of that where it's like showing you what you. It seems like it's 100% the truth what you're getting back,
Right.
It's all imperfections.
But it's the opposite. So in our minds, I think part of because of the way that our eyes understand, like we see things because of the way that the light interacts with our eyes and our brain processes it. When you're seeing in a mirror, I think it trips our weird monkey brains because we're looking at a thing doubly, and our brains almost can't fully conceive of it.
I seen a video of a guy. It was a certain mirror. I don't know. I don't know why this mirror was different than any other mirror. But he had one over here and one here, and then like one in the middle. And then he would have these people. It was like on a reel or something. He had these people come up and look at themselves in the mirror, and they're just like, "Whoa!" And like they're not on. It's not. He was like doing
I
an he was doing like a
Experiment.
like not an experiment, but like a whatever, like
An
a
illusion?
No. It was like a like what he was pulling people off the street, just doing like a test and like showing people. But people were like, I look like that, and it was like, but the camera couldn't pick up what they were seeing. You know what I mean? But they were looking at the mirror and they were just like mesmerized, and they're like that, and there's like that's how you're really seeing yourself.
Did he flip their like reflection?
But then no,
Like
he
they're
did-
seeing from the
no, it was how they seen themselves. And then he had them look at this other mirror, and it was completely like he's like, now this is the mirrors that we normally see ourselves in. And I was like, well, what's the different? What's that mirror about? But I've seen that video pop up because he's done it with like 20,
Random
30
people.
people, and they all have this weird reaction when they look at that mirror, which is weird. And I'm like, what's that with that? Like, I don't know if it was a special mirror. It wasn't like a haunted mirror. It wasn't like, oh, come check this mirror out. It's a haunted mirror. It was like a special mirror or something.
Well, even from my understanding of it, even in like weird old pagan rituals or different occultic practices, they would mirrors in some cases would be used as different mediums.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing. There was something weird about. I don't know
It
what
is
the whole
odd.
thing
It's
is, but
very
there was
odd.
something weird about mirrors.
But yeah, and I think we all kind of agree.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've all
definitely
mirrors
had weird
have an
things.
unsettling feeling to them. Very odd. What
I
was
never
that-
did before then though.
Dude, what was that? This is kind of off, but it's kind of in the same.
Yeah,
kinda-
let's go fucking off of this subject.
Yeah. But the other thing that I want to talk about, it's kind of creepy too, though. But there's this doll
Oh yeah.
which is messed up.
Yeah.
You can't like if you go to look up photos online, okay? And I'm like, whatever. Like Sam was telling me about this, but then like he showed me it. Something happened to me, and then I started. I'll tell you. I started digging into it myself, and like you go on Google to look for like photos of like its eyes. All its eyes are like blurred out, like you can't look into it, and it's in this like
There's one photo
one photo.
and
you
it
can
was
find.
like I feel weird. Look,
That's
you're
what
not
they
supposed
say.
to look at this doll in the face.
Yeah,
Someone owns it. It's like one of those.
it's like
artifacts.
put up. It's an artifact. It's like kept up, and people
You can go there and look at it.
Yeah, if you want.
if you want to, but it does
And
look weird.
Then when
It
you
gives
stare
an
at
odd
it,
feeling.
it gives you like it was very like I was like it was like like elusive like feeling I had. It was like my body. I
like
was like
people
what
who's
the-
went and seen this like.
and he
people
never
fainted,
explained nothing
passed
to me.
out.
Just like look at this, and I
Well-
looked at it, I'm like, what the hell?
I think
Instantly felt
and
odd.
we know this. Think about it. It's almost
Weird.
like when you see a doll or something like that. That's sort of an approximation of a human.
Yeah.
There's something weird about it because it's an imitation, and it's like the uncanny valley thing where with with CGI and stuff like that
Yeah.
happens where if something seems almost human but
Yeah,
not
and that's
quite
in
fully
its
human.
eyes too.
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Oh,
eyes,
that's
like,
what it is.
would-
Don't look at it in its eyes.
Yeah,
That's
because
the
its
whole thing.
eyes, it would follow you. It was just very.
It's a
odd.
really weird doll.
Was
Old,
this something
old
on
doll.
like a YouTube thing?
No, you know the show is whatever. It's the the guy that was like was it not? Remember Post Malone went to that guy's house and messed with that debit box.
Yeah.
That guy, he's like that ghost hunter dude.
Yep.
And he has his own like museum of all these like haunted artifacts.
And the doll's in there.
And he has this doll that he paid like a lot of money for, and he keeps it in his room. And you can pay like $5 if you want to.
People have had like there's been people that went in there and looked at the eyes and passed out.
Yep. I've seen
went into like heart
and
problems.
It does look weird.
It does. It
I'll
gives you
say
like, this
that.
weird feeling.
Like I'm like that's a weird doll.
It's very odd.
It's a video you guys watch on YouTube.
No, I didn't watch the
Yeah,
videos.
I did.
Sam watched the video, but he just showed me the photo, and then I started digging into it.
Yeah,
and
they don't show you in the
There's really no
the video.
why it does that.
like a rocking chair like you can sit in for so long in like a dark room. That's this haunted chair where this old lady,
used to sit.
yeah, and I think she killed herself or something. You can
It's
sit in this chair.
we went dark. We went
And you
dark.
can
We've
sit in this
been
chair
dark this whole
We've been,
time.
in this
we've
dark
been going
room
dark
for, like,
the last hour.
however long
Yeah.
you can last sitting in this.
My
chair.
fault.
Yeah. No. Hey, man, that's the thing about a pod. You go all over.
Yeah, the next
place.
one could be way
Life
different.
is life, man.
Yes,
It'd be
and
way,
Yeah.
the viewers, hey man, tune in if you like this kind of stuff. That's what we talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious about all that stuff, like the doll.
It-
It just was weird.
Mirrors
I will,
and dolls. Not that I'm like, I want to do that all the time. It's just it piques your curiosity. You're like, huh.
I think there's a fascination with anything that is I think the concept of especially when like I say when you guys have done some of these crazy hallucinogen things like that, I think there does become a fascination with the possibility of something supernatural and what does that mean, and if that is real, then what does that mean on a large scale, and
there are things that go bump in the night,
like creepy dolls and things like that. I mean, think about it. People love. I mean, what was that one? The Conjuring. Literally,
good
it was
movie.
all not that one wasn't all about it, but then they did make a movie, Annabelle. At one point. I like the first Conjuring. After that, I checked entirely out.
Yeah, and I don't know how much I believe all of that.
No, same.
But I am curious about it, and I do watch weird stuff like.
Believe what?
Like, is that doll it did look weird for sure.
Did.
But it just made me feel uneasy.
Yeah.
But it didn't make me sick or anything.
I think it's sick, no, but it just had this weird
this old thing. I mean, I don't know if that probably plays a factor.
for me, I could say
doll's 300-400 years old.
I didn't get goosebumps or anything like that. Like the hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
Look
it wasn't
it up.
like that, but it was like an unsettling feeling in my stomach. It was just I'm like, what the hell?
So I have a weird question for you. So when you watch, like for instance, like that, did you watch the Annabelle movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that sort of, was it creepy to you?
Annabelle? No, it didn't really scare me
because that's my problem.
It was
with
a doll.
Anything. Yeah, exactly. With Chucky, with any of those things.
Chucky
They're
did freak
2
me
feet
out when I was a
tall.
kid, though.
Yeah, when you're a kid, but that's because you're tiny too. But when you're a full grown adult, it's a doll. I will punt that somebody across the room.
Absolutely.
It ain't moving.
That's how I always felt about Chucky too. I was like, dude, I will fuck you up.
Exactly. I'm like, no, dude, I will stomp you into the dust. There's no, there's something, I think there's, again, like we were talking about that fight or flight response. I think when something is too small, there's that part of my brain that's like, no, I will stomp you out of existence.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
My question is,
might be
is there
creepy.
something, could you believe spirits can attach themselves
to an object?
To an object?
Yep.
I do believe
I think
that.
that's the thing.
I do believe that. And I'll say this,
can it attach it to a doll? Can it to a chair?
that was
Yes.
so the Annabelle thing, right? That was
Real, not even like Annabelle. That was,
when that movie came out, it was so big and everybody was like, oh, dude, this movie's so freaking creepy. And I love watching horror movies with my wife.
Conjuring was way scarier.
Oh, way scarier. And I popped it on, and at the end of it, I was like, it didn't, it turned its head a couple times. It never really fully,
didn't do anything.
But I will say the doll that he showed me, it wasn't like I was like, this thing's going to kill me. It wasn't like I was.
Is it possible something is?
But it was just a weird feeling. That's what I'll say.
That's we're talking about spirits and afterlife, if that's demons or angels or whatever.
Yeah.
If they are real,
Apples.
can they? Eli said yes, absolutely.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
They can attach themselves to things if you
attach themselves to objects.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, because if there's,
I'm like, I don't know.
you know what I think. You know what I think that is.
But very well, if there is a spiritual realm, which
You know what I think it is with the object thing. It's a spell.
right.
Because there's people out there that cast spells. I know them.
Yeah.
I do know them, don't I?
You got to think this thing's so
We
old.
know one. You remember fucking
they're
Ryan?
doing, even back then.
That old boy was something.
Yeah, tell a story about Ryan, Abe.
Yeah, that guy was a character, man. That guy was something else.
Ryan was a Wiccan, claimed Wiccan. I mean, that's what he said he was.
Cool dude, though. Before you got to know that side of him.
Yes.
I was like, nah,
Yeah.
we can't be friends. I quit shortly after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Because he was a part of our crew.
Dude, my man, straight up, and I'm not exaggerating this at all. It really happened.
Yeah.
We all were seal coating this big church, and it was a hot day. I'm like, this sucks. Now, did I look at the forecast?
The rain dance.
Did I look at the forecast beforehand to see if there was going to be rain coming in? No, I didn't do that. So, yeah, you can use that excuse if you want. That's fine. But we all did not want to be there. And this was party days. And we were hungover.
Yeah.
So I'm like, none of us wanted to be there.
Right.
And I'm like, we're all just bitching about being here. Oh my God.
Yep.
See, it was 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And I could take you up through the town and show you the church part.
Right up
I know,
in Adrian.
Yep, I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
And he just it was me, I think Jake was there. maybe Dino. There are a couple people were there. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah, it was a whole crew.
a whole crew. I think J Dub, there's a bunch of us, and he was like, we were just all talking about like, we're gonna call you had to have the striper. You did seal coat. Well, no, people would come in rubber, seal coat, and then the striper. So everybody was at this humongous church.
Yeah, there was a cleaning crew.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways,
But he was like, well, y'all want to leave? We're like, yeah. He's like, I'm serious. I'll go out here and do a rain dance, man, and like it'll start raining and we go home. And I'm like, we're all like, okay, no, like. He's like,
yeah,
"Oh,
we want to
seriously?"
go home, but
Like, we
yeah,
go home. but
bullshit.
That's like bullshit. That's not going to happen, Walter. You know, But,
bullshit, Walter.
you know, and he just like he was like dead serious, deadpan face. He's like, no. He's like, do you guys want to go home? We're like, absolutely. He's like, okay. He goes right out in front of us all and just starts like dancing and saying
That's
all
like
these.
an entire
these
like
words.
changed a person and like went into a
Like
straight
that.
ritual.
Yeah, straight up, like just saying like now
Not even
dancing
close,
and all
but
this
yes.
stuff. And I'm just like, we're all watching him, and I kid you not, dude. Like 2 minutes later, downpour,
Rainstorm.
all day. We went home.
Home. That's not even the fucking best story that we have with Ryan though.
No, the other one I was like, that's the one I was like,
Abe was about
that
to
was
jump out
odd.
the truck.
The rain thing was odd.
Odd.
Yeah.
The other one was downright fucking scary.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
And I was in the middle.
What happened with that?
So I worked with on Eli's crew. So did Ryan. We were seal coaters. I'm trying to make this. I don't want to like explain the whole thing like forever, but so we were on the way to a job. No, we were coming back home. That's what it was. We were done with the job. It was a long day. It was hot, whatever. And so he tells us because we seen him do the rain dance. So we were kind of asking him about his life and stuff like that.
He's telling us he worshipped God Bridget.
All this weird stuff, yeah. And so we're like asking him about the rain dance, like what is all that? And he tells us he's a Wiccan, he worships his god Bridget, blah 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 blah, you know. And he just keeps, and so we're intrigued, and you know, so we're asking him like, well, what do you guys do? Like he's like, oh, we have like these orgies and all these people.
Yeah.
We share each other's women, and I'm like, okay, I'd
Yeah.
kill you.
They-
First off, you're a dead man.
Dude, they had accidentally caught his fucking kid on fire at a bonfire.
Yeah,
Like they're fucking definitely sacrificing shit, and they accidentally caught his kid on fire. But anyways, go ahead.
but no, so we were just indulging and like talking to him and like getting stuff and like, well, what do you guys do at the things, orgies? And he's like, we pass women around. And I was like, so me, and I'm in the middle and Eli's over here. And I'm like, so are there spirits here at these things?
Yeah.
And he was like, just deadpan looked at me. He's like, absolutely. And I'm like, okay, well, what's that like?
Yeah.
That's
He
at
was
the-
like,
way before then. I stop asking questions.
no,
Not this idiot.
not it.
No.
We're
Abe
so
kept
curious.
going. I was
We're
so curious.
And he was like,
Because it's not every day you
he
meet
told us, he was like,
weird people like
Right.
that.
Yeah, see, but my problem is with that sort of stuff is like when you can, because the reality is it's intriguing because you haven't gone fully
Right.
into it. Because
Yeah.
if you it's the dabbling, but like the reality is like when you go fully,
Oh, yeah.
try
and he
And
used
give
to,
yourself over to it.
He
No, no,
used
no.
to weird out the rest of the crew that weren't Christians.
yeah.
And his best friend was a
And
Christian.
me and Abe have always been Christians, so we're like, but these other guys, his best friend was Christian, Tony.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah, and he would weird out all these fucking guys that aren't Christian, but like he worked with me and Abe. Me and Abe were always like Christian.
Well, he was cool though. Like before we got to know him, no.
Yeah, and then we asked him. We was like, you asked him. He was like,
I was like-
are these spirits with you all the time or something? And he was like, yeah, I can conjure them.
I asked him. I was like, well, I went into it. I was like, so because I knew what that was, so I was just like, looked at him. I'm like, so like you're being possessed by these things?
Yeah,
And he was
yeah,
like,
you want me to show you?
that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Look at me. He's like, yeah, absolutely. You want me to show you? And I'm like,
Yeah.
sure.
Number 99.
Homeboy was like, we were in the car and we're driving and we're in this big tanker truck that's just 3 seats.
Yeah.
and he's over here. He grabs onto the old shit handle, and he just goes like, grabs a hold of it, and he just is like, like not dude. I mean, but like growling. Like this voice came out of him. He's just, I can't even do it, dude.
Yeah,
and he just is like, just starts like shaking and like convulsing. And I'm like, over here, I'm like, Eli. And Eli's like over here like this. And he does this for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
And like just
this little
like,
girl's
he's like,
voice comes out of him.
This like voice of this little tiny child. He's like, I mean,
But
it
like
was,
seriously sounded like a little girl.
Yeah.
yeah.
God, that was
It was seriously so
Wild.
fucking scary.
Wild. And we finally get to the shop. And I look at Eli and I'm like, never again.
Abe quit.
I quit. Dude. So we get out of the truck, right? And like it was dead silent. Like when he come back to, and he was like panting, and he was all like sweating.
Yeah.
And like I'm clocking out. I'm like, I am done. Like going home. This is an experience that I'm going to tell my wife. This is wild. And I look over at him, dude, and he was like, he looked battered.
Yeah, he looked like he dealt, like
Yeah,
he honestly
He was
looked-
sweating.
he
was
honestly
pale.
he got possessed by something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like,
He was sucking Satan's dick.
Oh yeah, dude, it was sucking
was-
Satan's long dick. Long dick style.
and he just looked defeated. And I was like, bro. And then like a week later, I was done. I was like, nope. That dude got something I don't want to be a part of. At all. So yeah.
That's a good one.
that was a bad one on. Sorry, fuck.
Was you going for the badoom again?
Yes. No, I was
Hey,
going.
you
I don't know
can't
what I was
get
going
that
for.
right.
The Bohemian Rhapsody.
Raspity.
So yeah, dude, big night of storytelling and
was
all that good stuff. But man, yeah, dude, like I don't know. Like I now in my life, I don't have a lot of people outside of like you dudes that I hang out with. So I don't meet
a good
I don't
thing.
meet characters like that anymore. And if I do, I don't even ask questions. I'm just like, no, we're not. we do not hang.
We don't need to connect.
Like, oh, you serve a
Bridget?
pagan god?
Bye.
Well, I guess I'll stay the fuck away from you because I already know you're gonna do a bunch of weird shit. Like, because I went over to his house, dude.
Yeah.
I went over to that guy's house.
After all of this,
After all,
Eli
this.
was still curious. As
I
a
was still
little-
curious as the day is long.
Not me. I was done.
The moon god. He was like, "Yeah, do you want to go over?" He was like, "Do you want to go to the parties with us?" He was like, "We sacrifice animals there," and I never went to the sacrificing part. I was like, "No," I was like, but he did serve some hella weed, and this was back when weed was illegal.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, I'll come over to your house, whatever." I'll
The
come
stuff you do for drugs back in the day.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll come smoke some of the gans with you or whatever. Get to, figure that out. Go over there with Jake and Dino, and he's blowing down, and we're blowing down. Him and his wife start line dancing while his wife starts line dancing with their friend while he's playing congos. He's like, "Yeah, I got this fucking Congo drum." He's like, "This thing's like fucking cursed and shit like this." He's like playing it. Swear to God, dude. Swear to God, dude.
I got this bongos from,
Hades.
playing bongos.
So his kids come out, young kids, and I'm like hitting the joint, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, there's kids." I'm like putting it out. He's like, "No, dude." I'm like, I go to put it out. I'm like, "Oh, fucking kids here. Like, let's party dispersed."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're done here.
Right.
He's like, "No, dude." He's like, "Just blow it right in their face. They love it." So he said. I was like, "Well, guess what, buddy? I'm fucking done with you." And
He
that's
sounds
just-
like a grand human.
That's when I was done with him, right there. And we're running out there and like fucking, I'm trying to unlock my car. Dino's like fucking just pulling at my handle. He's like, "Dude, I got fucking kids. CPS is gonna show up. We gotta fucking go." And Jake's terrified We're like, I was like, yeah, we're done with this fucking guy. That was the last. That was the last time I fucking hung out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a smart move.
Yeah, just blow it right in their face.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yep.
Grandparenting.
I was like, piece of shit. But you know, he claims that Ryan claimed that that at the while they went and served their pagan god Bridget, that they did sacrifices. He said a witch came down to his kids and put his kids on a pedestal above the whole crowd of people that were worshiping and everything like that, and they casted a spell over his children.
Yeah, that dude should probably get shot in the face.
Yeah.
Like,
It's wild.
yeah, it's just one of
He's
those
a
things.
wild old boy, dude.
Like, yeah, you should not be allowed to have kids.
No.
I
No,
wonder
no,
if,
no,
I
no,
wonder
no,
if their
no,
kids
no.
ever got taken from them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a good chance.
Because that's the
'cause-
one thing CPS does not play with.
Yeah,
That.
well, we don't care you worship Bridget. We're taking your kids. Don't
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, and he did the fucking rain dance. The rain showed up.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, dude, like,
And one of his kids fell in a fire. That's what he said, fell in a fire.
it's wild.
I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Again.
I'm just trying to fucking work a normal road construction job and find someone who can sell me some good weed, dude. You're fucking. Your kid got burnt up after you told me all these stories and shit. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Not a good dude, man.
There's some
No.
characters out there.
Yeah. Some crazies, that is for sure. Yeah. But I that's a hard one to leave it on. Well, but I definitely it's a good one. But I we've been going, so yeah, so what I'll say is like and comment and share. Please subscribe. We love what we do. This is fun.
It is fun
We
as hell.
enjoy the hell out of it.
We're not bad people.
We're not
at all.
We've
run
had
into a
we've
lot of
had-
them.
We've ran into bad people, and we've done some things that we should not have done, and we know this now. So we do not condone
Nope.
drugs
As grown
I'm
adults.
cured
at all.
entirely.
We don't condone none of that stuff. But
The stories. That's all.
they're
we're telling.
stories. That's
Yeah,
it.
dude,
We're just
honestly,
telling you.
dude,
Yeah,
we're just
that's
telling stories.
Telling
Like,
stories.
like personal stories.
Yeah,
Right now,
and they're
that-
they're crazy stories.
There's
But
nothing wrong with
hey, this is us, dude. Like
Yep.
that's what you're getting to know us. So come along with us on this crazy journey. I love it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it so much. But yeah,
Go down
guys,
some rabbit holes.
like, subscribe, comment, share. Please join the Discord. I'm going to keep iterating that. It's in the little link. If you go to our page on This Is Us on YouTube, and you right there, it says you can view the channel, and then it says more, and then it has all of our links right there to like our Instagram. We got an Instagram. We're gonna be on Spotify soon. We're gonna be throwing some new stuff up on Spotify. We're gonna throw all of our episodes up on Spotify.
Yep, we're
slowly
on
but
X
surely.
right now, I think, as well.
Yeah, we're
Some
on
of it.
X, and we have our Discord, and that's where we do a lot of the talking too. And we like to hear from you guys. Send your stuff over. Videos that you guys think you guys want us to check out. Throw them over to us.
Yeah.
Videos
and
are
eventually we're going to be doing like call-ins. We want people to call in and just hear from our fans. Like we definitely want to build a
Tell us your
fan base, a community.
Craziest drug
Yes.
story.
We want to hear some of your stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We absolutely do.
Yeah.
You know, what we should probably do eventually is figure out a phone number that you motherfuckers could.
Oh yeah,
text
I'll
in
set all
on.
that up.
Yeah.
I'll set all that up. It'll be the phone number will be in Discord.
Yeah.
That's how you'll get a hold of us. If you want to tell some stories, or if we're on a segment and you guys want to tune in and talk, man, dude, yeah, let's do it.
Get a hold of Fernando. No.
That's another time.
Fernando.
No, we'll save that one for another one. We've got some stories, dude. Fernando
We
was
got a
for Fernando. I loved Fernando. Fernando was the
dropping bombs
man.
at the
You got me with that one.
Dude, he was
Remember
cool.
Fernando? Hey, Abe, you brought that motherfucker up the other day.
Yeah, let's not.
We'll leave that for
save
the
that
next
one. That's a
time.
good one.
Okay, we'll
'Cause that's
save
a
Fernando's story.
But yes, do all the things I just said and hit that bell notification, guys, so you can see all of our stuff.
Absolutely.
But we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.
Later.
See you guys.